Hello, everybody, and welcome. Voice of the Rockers, and tonight we have game one of a two-game set with the Monroe Moccasins coming to town for the second and final time. Before we take a look at the Moccasins, let's recap what we had the last time the Rockers were on the road. Just a short one-game road trip up to Port Huron after the thrilling win last Friday night here at Big Boy Arena. Rockers went up I-94 and took the loss 5-3 at McMorran Arena. They had the early lead. They were up 2-1, gave up 4 straight goals, too much to come back from. As for these Monroe Moccasins, it's been a while since we saw them. It was pre-Thanksgiving the first time we saw them putting away the Halloween decorations, but that doesn't mean it wasn't a scary sight on the ice, as there was a full-on line brawl last time they were here in the first of the two-game set. If you remember, that resulted in the Avery Smith suspension. There was 5 misconducts given out in that game, over 80 minutes of penalties in that contest. We'll see if those tensions have eased or if it's just round 2 here tonight. Hopefully we get a well-played hockey game. Take a look at the transaction wire for the Rockers. Rather calm this week. Just a few small notes. Doug Blaisdell had his 4-game PTO extended, so he's still here with the Motor City Rockers. TJ Sneath had his IR stint extended. He was on the 15-day. He has been extended once again. And you had Sam Gagnon put on the 15-day IR. So the Rockers down just one man, but as of last weekend, they had some extra guys that were healthy scratches. So for the first time in a while, they have some bodies ready to come out of the locker room and onto the ice, hopefully to get a big 3 points tonight. These two teams right now outside the playoff circle for both of their respective divisions. Motor City, 5th in the Empire Division. They are 12 back. Monroe, they are 6th in the Continental Division in that tight-knit league. I know they're in 6th, but they're not too far off from even potentially having a home series. So this is a big trip up north for the Moccasins and a couple familiar faces from Monroe. We'll step aside, come back. I got the chance to talk with assistant coach Zach Zolkanich. You'll hear that interview when we return. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Up in front, shut doors! SummerSlam now, shut doors! Here we go, Snitson, we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
Hi, Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is their free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. We're currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness has got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
Security George's here. But one thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always getting my nice bronze color.
Hey band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on!
Welcome back to the Motor City Rockers pregame show. I'm Brady Beaton, joined by assistant coach Zach Zolkanich. Coach, before we get into tonight's matchup, let's talk a little bit about last weekend. You get the dramatic win on Friday night, take the loss on Saturday. What'd you take away from last weekend as a whole?
Weekend as a whole, I'm happy we won the first night and everything. Not so happy with the second night. We got a lead in the second night and then let it go within a 5-minute span. So overall, we know that we got to play a complete game.
And I think part of that is you see flashes, you see these pockets of where you go, man, this can be a really good team. It's stringing it together maybe a period at a time, a game at a time, where Friday night is usually, well, most of the season's been the weaker night, and Saturday you bounce back. What is it going to have to be to put 2 strong nights together?
Well, it's one game at a time. We need to play full 60 first. So I mean, we can play full 60 tonight, and then we'll worry about tomorrow night.
Starting to get into the thick of the season, the back half right now. Rockers sit in 5th place, making a playoff push. Same spot these Monroe Moccasins are in. They're 6th in the Continental. They're battling to get to a playoff spot. How much different does it feel when you start to see how the league's shaking out and you know each game means that much more?
I mean, every night matters. It's coming down to the wire, and it's just, once again, small segment goals, one shift at a time, one game at a time. Can't really look too far ahead. Yeah, the games are starting to slow down and become less and less, but you got to take away points every weekend.
So I think part of that is, maybe limiting the shots a little bit. The shots actually on Saturday were better than they were on Friday night when you look at it. But as a whole, been outshot a whole heck of a lot this season. How do you try to limit those shots and start to outshoot the opponents and maybe not lean on your goaltender too much down the stretch?
Yeah, keep everybody to the outside and get pucks to the net. Stuff we've been preaching all year long, and we just got to execute during the games.
So with the league expanding, having 14 teams, it's a little different than when you played and you had 5-6 teams in the league. You saw the same sets of guys every other weekend. This is a Monroe team that you only played one other time. That was all the way back in November. Now, I know there's a few familiar faces, but what's it like playing a team that maybe you're not quite intimately familiar with, where the league's so big? You only see these guys 2 weekends in a season.
It's any given night. I mean, it's no different. It's the same as playing a team 16 times like a Port Huron. You got to trade ball the same every night and stick to your game plan, get pucks deep, pucks to net, and bang bodies all night long.
So, a couple transactions we mentioned in the earlier segment about how Sam Gagnon, he's out for a little bit. Who's some guys that have the ability to step up and maybe fill the roles? We've seen some guys do that already. Obviously, Rico was the big example, but I think Eli Rivers has stepped up since day one. Who's someone that can step up and make a big role with, guys in and out of the lineup?
I mean, everybody can do it. Tellstrom did last game, had a couple good points and everything like that. So we'll see who shows up tonight.
Coach, a final question for you. What are the keys to getting 3 points on a Friday night?
Getting pucks deep, pucks net, and banging bodies. Going right back to that.
It's cliche for a reason, isn't it?
Thanks, Brady. Yep.
He's assistant coach Zach Zolkanich. I'm Brady Beaton. We'll be back with Puck Drop right after this here on the Rockers Media Network. Here on the Rockers Media Network, before we get going, we want to thank all the sponsors that make tonight's broadcast possible. We start with Park Avenue Productions, PSN Technology, Crunch Fitness, and 106.7 Detroit's Wheels. Getting ready for the Monroe Moccasins and your Motor City Rockers Friday night hockey here at Big Boy Arena. We'll step aside, get ready with starting lineups after they play the national anthem. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Up in front, shot scores! Number one now, shot scores! Here we go, Snitson, and we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on!
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels is classic rock that rocks.
Metallica,
Guns N' Roses,
Aerosmith,
AC/DC,
Pearl Jam.
Ozzy.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels.
Hey, this is Avery Smith from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric Supply.
Back here on the Rockers Media Network, getting ready for Monroe and Motor City. Before the starting lineups are announced here at Big Boy Arena, let's give them to you. the viewer at home. We will start with the Monroe Moccasins in net. For Monroe, William Lavalier. Remember him from Baton Rouge or Columbus a year ago. On defense for Monroe, you have Samuel Ho Gustafson and Kalle Koivunemi. The forwards, familiar face in Declan Conway. Helmer Oscarson and Trygve Manyguns is the starting lineup rather for Monroe. For your Motor City Rockers on defense, you will see Josh Colton, the captain, and one of the newer Rockers, Douglas Blaisdell, wearing the purple and black. Forwards tonight, Cody Oakes and Tristan Wells, centered by Avery Smith. And as always, all reliable Trevor Babin, number 72, will be in net tonight. Should be a fun one as we get ready here tonight. We had an official, needed a new pair of skates, and it's just a very slight delay. Starting lineups being announced. We will take one final break and we come back. I promise you, I give you my word, we will have Motor City Rockers hockey. You're watching the Rockers Media Network.
Hey, this is Jake Rowley from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric Supply.
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on!
Up in front, shot, scores! Numbers line now, shot, scores! Here we go, Snitson, and we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels is classic rock that rocks.
Metallica,
Guns N' Roses,
Aerosmith,
AC/DC,
Pearl Jam.
Ozzy.
106.7 WLLZ, Detroit's Wheels.
Hi, Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is their free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. We're currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness has got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
Georges here. One thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always painting my nice bronze color.
Hey, this is Nick McGill-Diaz from the Motor City Rockers. You're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric.
Picked up in front, shot, scores! Numbers line now, shot, scores! Here we go, Snitson, and we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
Back here at Big Boy Arena, Brady Beaton with you for game one of a two-game weekend set between your Motor City Rockers and the visiting Monroe Moccasins. These are the matchups that could determine in a couple months whether you make the playoffs or you're sitting at home getting ready for your tea time. Both these teams currently are out of the playoff picture, but they are within striking distance. For Monroe, 6th place in the Continental Division with 47 points, only 4 points behind Blue Ridge, and in fact, only 8 points behind 3rd place Columbus. Your Motor City Rockers, 12 points back of Danbury, but They just got through a very rough part of their schedule. A couple of wins here this weekend can put them back on track, trying to settle in, trying to string together a few wins in a row. You heard me talk with assistant coach Zach Zalkanich. It's putting a few good shifts together, putting a few good periods together, and hopefully this weekend putting a few wins together. Rockers in their home purple uniforms, Monroe their road whites. Smith on the dot. He draws against Oscarson, and Motor City controls it off the draw. Cody Oakes chips it in deep, racing after it. Koivunemi. He's pinned to the boards by Wells, far side. Slap shot from the point, and it's deflected. Colton soccers it back to the tape. Shot on net, deflected, scores! 18 seconds, seats aren't even warm, and the Rockers are up 1-0. Go to the front of the net and good things will happen. Tristan Wells just in front of the net. He didn't even realize it went in. It hit him in the shoulder, and next thing you know, 1-0. The popcorn's not popped. Hot dogs aren't ready to be sold yet, and the Rockers have a quick lead. Tristan Wells, his 10th of the year. Josh Colton will pick up an assist. That adds it to the all-time career record for the Rockers. That's number 78 in the purple and black for the captain. Monroe trying to get it back. Brad Ryder's shot blocked. Blaisdell got in front of it. Between the blue lines, Frank Schumacher, you may remember him from Port Huron from not too long ago. Jamison Milam in his own end. He tracks it in the corner. Schumacher between the circles. Feed way off the mark, looking for Corey Cunningham. Moccasins take their time near the point. Rexmo shot, patted away by Babin. He's searching for the puck. Asp has it, floats one way over the net. Nick Gullo boxing out Cunningham despite the size disadvantage. Gullo played it well, and Jamison Milam skates it out of his own end. Ahead to Tellstrom, he dumps in, and the Rockers make a change. Kara Georges on the near side. He battles for it. Back behind the net, Mo, far wing, chipped ahead, and Kara Georges takes it away. Off the far boards, going over to play it, Lavalier. See if the first shot of the game going in always can affect a goalie's psyche. Let's see if Lavalier is able to bounce back. Helps that his offense has kept play in the Rockers' end for the next minute or so. Far corner, Asp. Cross ice pass bounces to Bacon. Left side, Anderson shot deflected. Kara Georges racing after it. He takes it away. Kara Georges offensive zone shot goes wide of the net. Wells battling for it. 1-0 Motor City. Tristan Wells got us started. Just 18 seconds into the game. Babin leaves it behind. Avery Smith had it poked away by Conway. Banks off their own end boards. Oh, a body check from the official. He knocked Rotundi down, and that allows Monroe to keep it in the offensive zone. Smith picks it up, rink-wide pass, broken up. Stepping in front of that one, Samuel Ho Gustafson. Dumps it in deep, Will Campbell chases after it. Many Guns battles for it. Shot covered up. I don't even think it was technically a shot. It just slid into the crease, and Trevor Babin got the glove on top of it. Rockers lead at 1-0, 18 seconds in. That's a way to start off your weekend. You've heard Coach Jamison Milam talk a lot about starting on time. Well, almost started about as on time as you can get. Monroe off the draw. Shot doesn't make it through to the far side. Oakes racing for it. Cody Oakes playing his 150th pro game. He dumps it in deep. Lavalier controls it behind his own net. Picked up by Koivunemi. Far side, Oscarson. In deep, racing after it, the former Rocker Declan Conway. Backhands to the corner. Return to Conway. Bottom of the right wing circle. Shot from a sharp angle is knocked aside by Babin. Stays in the Rocker zone. Past the outstretched stick of Blaisdell. Oakes chips ahead, trying to use his speed, pressuring Oscarson. but Monroe controls it. Schumacher returns to his fellow D-man Oscarson. Frank Schumacher behind Lavalier, waiting for the breakout to be set up. 16:20 to go, first period, 1-0 Motor City. Pass knocked away. Rivers gets in the way, tried to find Gullo in the middle. Tellstrom comes up, takes it away. Down low, Gullo jockeying for position, still behind the net. Slides to the corner. Gullo, right wing circle to Rivers, shot and it's knocked away. Rebound, battled for. Tellstrom had it, he's pinned to the boards. Motor City trying to go up 2-0 in the first 5 minutes. Gullo, centering feed off the mark. Milam lets one rip, loose. Gullo chases after it. Oh, he just missed it, hopped over his stick. That's the same spot he got the game winner against Port Huron a couple of games ago. Couldn't get a second one here in the early going, but the pressure on Monroe, a nice start for Motor City. Pass hits off the skate of Coach Milam. Back between the blue lines, Rasmus Asp. At the center ice line, slides it ahead. McGill Diaz waves at it. Poked away from the left point. Shot gets through. Lead feed, Carrot Georges. Takes it in the corner, no icing. Tries to work around Seth Bacon to the half wall, buying time. Deflects to the stick of Kuhn, but it bounces near side Anderson. Into the offensive zone for Monroe. 5 minutes into this one, we have a 1-0 Motor City lead. Tristan Wells picked up his 10th of the year. In the near corner, Carrot Georges slides back to Campbell. Up the near, or the far half wall, rink wide pass to Carrot Georges. Over the Rocker logo. Had it poked away, he was triangulated by 3 Moccasins. Campbell gets in the way of the pass, hops on the blue line to Anderson, offensive zone, keeps it on the forehand, and he's knocked to the ice. Ryan Rotundi kept it simple, stood his ground, and he knocked him off the puck. Monroe still on the attack. In the near corner, 14:25 to go, first period, 1-0, Motor City leads. Wells takes his time in his own end, slides to Campbell. Rink wide feed, picked off, in stride, Koivunemi gets the steal. Drop pass, shot saved, and it's sitting on the goal line, and they score. Babin thought he had it. Koivunemi was able to come around back, just tapped it in, and we're tied at 1, 14:08 to go, first period. That's a terrible feeling for a netminder when you think you have it trapped. Let's take another look at how the Moccasins has tied it up. Just a shot, and Babin not realizing it was behind him. Koivunemi, hard work, went around, and all he had to do was push it about 4 inches over the goal line, and we're tied at 1. Purple and black controlled off the draw. Tellstrom into the offensive zone to Gullo, whiffs on a shot, sitting in the right wing circle, and it's taken away by Oscarson. So essentially 6 minutes into this one, we're all back to square one. Rexmo out of his own end to Conway. It's chipped up, bouncing around. Oscarson recovers. Rings around the board. Babin comes out. He leaves it for Colton. Colton did pick up an assist on that goal 18 seconds in, although doesn't mean much now, tied at 1. Tellstrom dumps, Gullo chases. On the backhand, Gullo rubbed off the puck. Rivers centering feed. Tellstrom turns, and the shot was knocked away. Down the length of the ice, we will get an icing call. 13:11 to go in the first period, but got to pay some bills. Time for immediate timeout. 1-1. Each side has lit the lamp early in this one. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Up in front, shot scores! Number 1 now, shot scores! Here we go, Snitson, we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
Hey, this is Avery Smith from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric Supply.
.11 left to go in the first period. Each side has scored once. we just have 5 shots on goal, 3 from Motor City, 2 from Monroe. Stats all season long brought to you by PSN Technologies. The Monroe goal goes in as Kalle Koivuniemi from Helmer Oscarson. Koivuniemi just his 3rd of the year. Oscarson, his 18th point. He has it perfectly balanced with 9 goals and 9 assists now. Buys Carrick Georges alongside Tim Delaney. The forwards, McGill Diaz and Milam, the D-man. Rockers trying to regain the lead. And someone a bit antsy in that face-off dot. Looks like Chris Buys will get the boot. And Carrick Georges will replace him. No, fake out, Tim Delaney. Same result, win to the near boards. Pass was knocked away, stays in the Monroe zone, banks off the far boards. Milam settles it, can't chip it by Many Guns. At the feet of Many Guns, body thrown around. That was Buys. Carrick Georges gives back to Milam. He will shovel it on net. A pretty easy save for Lavalier. That was a backhand from center ice. Up and out of their own zone. Led Ryder a bit too much. McGill Diaz banks it off the end wall. Tim Delaney fights with the puck in the corner. Milam gets it to the blue line, but no further. Stays on the Monroe stick. Far hash marks. Babin chips it. Milam tried to hacky sack it away. In close, shot way wide of the net. Scott Koash was able to send it to safety. Spinning, swing and a miss from Asp. He got nothing. 3-on-2 for Motor City on the rush. Smith, oh, he tried to dump it in, didn't get anything on it. That puck evading the stick the last few moments. Campbell gets in the way of a shot. Smith to center ice, but it's corralled by Seth Bacon. To the near side, dumps in deep. Monroe goes off for a change and an icing called. They'll keep the same 5 out for Monroe. Draw goes to the far side of William Lavalier. Parks his skates just on the edge of the crease. Avery Smith take the draw for Motor City. Try to regain the lead. Rockers struck 18 seconds in, and Monroe able to get one back about 5 minutes later. Ryder gets the clean win off the draw. Exit pass is knocked away. Second effort gets it to Cunningham. Down the middle of the ice, punched up and into the netting by Trevor Babin. Eventually we get the whistle, and we'll get the draw in the Motor City end. Anderson, Koch, Heitzner, alongside Koivuniemi and Gustafson all come out for Monroe. Linesman pushing both Rotundi and Anderson back before they drop it. Monroe doing pretty well in the faceoff dot. They win another offensive zone draw. Rockers able to force it to neutral ice. Puck sliding into the Rocker zone. Campbell chips it out. Wells battles for it. Smith overskated. Wells gets his stick on it, dumps it in deep. Lavalier stops it behind his own net. To the far corner, return feed bounces to Gustafson. At his feet to the tape of Koch into the offensive zone. 3-on-2, left wing, one touch. Anderson backhand, and it doesn't make it to Trevor Babin. Back to the point. Gustafson, one-timer off the mask. Rebound, wrap around. Babin didn't know where it was for a moment. Between the circles, shot goes wide. Pretty display of passing from Monroe, and it doesn't even result in a shot on goal. Ho Gustafson chipped it to the corner. Monroe starting to work a little downhill. 10:38 to go first period. 1-1 hockey game. Motor City gets a much needed change. Eli Rivers comes on. Douglas Blaisdell, Matthias Tellstrom all onto the ice. Josh Colton out there as well along with Nick Gullo. Takes the turnover. Gullo, rink wide feed. Can't get it to the backhand of Tellstrom. To the point, Blaisdell. Return to Gullo. Far hash marks. into the middle. Tellstrom, and he couldn't quite keep the puck on his stick. Picked up by Declan Conway, and Monroe possesses it in their own end. Up the near side, Helmer Oscarson leaves for Butler. He's pressured by Blaisdell, has to retreat near the blue line. Puck came out of the zone. Schumacher dumps in as the Moccasins touch up. Blaisdell in his own end to the far side, Colton. Tellstrom up to Buys with speed in the offensive zone. Chris Buys had it poked off his stick, and Frank Schumacher kept it simple. Didn't try to do too much, and had Buys running out of real estate. Back at center ice, Buys with effort to the right side. 1-on-2, takes it in the corner. He's pushed off the puck, but the Rockers able to make a change behind him. Milam steps out into the way of the puck. Back in the Monroe zone, they get it out. Koash to the near side. Haven't said his name. He's the leading scorer for Monroe, and the former Rocker. Pass off the mark. It will be icy. 9:18 to go in the opening stanza. We've got a 1-1 hockey game. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Motor City Rockers Hockey.
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on!
Hey, this is Josh Cullen from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric Supply.
Back here at Big Boy Arena. It's 1-1 here in Fraser. Let's take a look at what's going on around the FPHL. You have Binghamton already up 4-1 on Columbus. Big lead for the Black Bears early. The Venom Hockey Club down 2-0 to Danbury. Carolina and Blue Ridge scoreless early in that one. And the game's yet to drop the puck. Baton Rouge in Athens, and Port Huron taking on the Dasher Hockey Club in Topeka, Kansas in a neutral site game. That one will drop at 8:30 Eastern time. 9:18 to go, first period. Motor City and Monroe tied up. Offensive zone draw, Smith battles with Ryder, and he's able to secure it. Back to his D-man, dumped down the ice. Milam, the first one there, no icing. Puck didn't have quite enough steam on it. Oakes backhands it along the near board. Smith into the offensive zone, tries to center. To the right side, shot! Just wide. Rebound loose out in front. Oakes tries to put it on net. Oh, he got Smith. He takes a tumble. Rockers still with possession. Milam on net, deflected, bouncing out in front. Oakes on the forehand, searches, and it's broken up. Took a little too much time, and the outstretched stick of Nick McGill-Diaz couldn't keep it in the zone. Rockers have to touch up. McGill-Diaz flips it down deep. Tristan Welsh chases after it. He bodies Rex Mo. Both take a tumble to the ice. Avery Smith throws a body around. Monroe able to get it out of the zone right to the glove of Will Campbell. On the near side, Campbell steps in front of it. Bounce pass too far out of the reach of Nick Gullo. Moccasins working to the offensive zone. Koch, bottom left wing circle, shot or pass rather was taken away. Tellstrom stepped in front of the cross crease feed. Asp dumps it in. A couple of snakes have to slither back on sides is Ryan Rotundi behind his own net. Two-line pass. Tellstrom has it on the stick. 1-on-2, gets it into the offensive zone. Looks for Rivers, and the pass was off the mark. Monroe will chip it back, and on the rush, Monroe through the skates of Anderson. Passing just wasn't quite the cleanest, but the Monroe still on the attack. And into the belly of Trevor Babin, another save for 72. 7:31 to go, first period, 1-1 hockey game. Off the draw, Motor City controls it. To neutral ice. Back on the stick of a Moccasin. It's Conway just for a moment, slides over to Ho Gustafson. At neutral ice, Blaisdell has it. Oscarson couldn't locate. Karagorgis. He backhands it deep. Lavalier sticks the paddle out, can't do much with it. Inside the Moccasin blue line. Buys, chips it back. Ho Gustafson picks it up once again. Off their own end boards to Koivuniemi. He has the goal for Monroe. 6:55 to go in the first period. 1-1, Motor City and Monroe tied. Conway on the attack, shot high and wide, rings off the glass, stays in the zone. In front of the Rocker bench, Kira Georges lost it. Ho Gustafson left side for Koivuniemi. Slides into the offensive zone. Centering feed was deflected all the way back to the Monroe end. Frank Schumacher chases it down. Tristan Wells on his tail. Nick McGill-Diaz looking for some sustained offensive possession for Motor City. It's not as if Monroe has had a lot of quality looks, but they've been in the Rockers' end more than Motor City has been in the Monroe end. Rockers scored 18 seconds into it. Only had a few shots since. Left wing circle. Cross crease feed, banks off the boards, collected by Tim Delaney. Over center ice, into the offensive zone, off the far boards, Delaney banked it to himself. He goes down, Smith from a sharp angle, stopped by Lavalier, used the left pad, hugging the post. Pass off the mark, and it's a race for icing, and McGill-Diaz has it waved off. Saying Ryder had a step on him. Ryder back to center ice. He's been active this shift for Monroe. In their own end, Koch races over all three lines. Near boards, bottom of the right wing circle, has it on the backhand. Drop out in front, shot right into the middle of Trevor Babin. Anderson didn't get a lot of it, but got enough of it. Trevor Babin, nice positioning. He gets another save. 5:14 to go, first period. 1-1 Monroe and Motor City, deadlocked. And a low shot total. That was just the 7th shot from Monroe. Motor City with only 3 shots on net. Gullo on the dot for the Rockers. He gets the win. Rivers, breakaway. Has it on the backhand. Rivers, shot, saved by Lavalier. Couldn't control it. I think some Rockers fans were looking for a penalty, maybe a hook. They don't get it. Rockers still have possession. Cross crease look, missed both Gullo's and Rivers' stick. Bank feed goes to Tellstrom. Rivers overskated it just a bit. Tellstrom, he's bodied off the puck by Asp. The big frame of Matthias Tellstrom trying to work it in. Him and Asp going at it. Tellstrom still working his way up. Officials letting it go. 4:33 to go, first period, 1-1 game. Left side, shot into the netting. We'll go to our final timeout of the first period. Temperature heating up a little bit here in Big Boy Arena. We've got a 1-1 tie. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Hi, Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is their free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. We're currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness has got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
Kira Georges here. One thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always getting my nice bronze color.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels is classic rock that rocks.
Metallica,
Guns N' Roses,
Aerosmith,
AC/DC,
Pearl Jam,
Ozzy.
106.7 WLLZ, Detroit's Wheels.
Hey, this is Kira Georges from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric Supply. .429 to go in the first period. 1-1 on the scoreboard.
Koivuniemi for Monroe, and 18 seconds in. Tristan Wells, his 10th of the season. Everyone ready to get this game restarted. Kuhn and Conway a little anxious. Off the draw. Shot doesn't make it through a sea of traffic. Kara Georges put a little too much on that feed to Kuhn, and another push, and I think they're going to get Conway for interference. That one in the middle of the ice, just can't have that. Him and Kuhn were going at it on the face-off dot. Are they going to take both? I know they're at least taking Conway. They are going to take Kuhn. So we'll see what the official call is. Both interference? We'll wait for the official. I know interference is at least one of them. We'll see what Satarsky and Rowe, our two referees, decide. So it's double roughing. Now, I could be wrong. I thought I saw him flash the interference, but we're going to get two roughing calls, and we're going to get 4-on-4 hockey with 4:18 to go in the first period. Just got to get 2 minutes up on the scoreboard. So the 4 out for Motor City: Blaisdell, Rivers, Colton, and Gullo on the dot. It looks like Cunningham alongside Ho Gustafson have Butler, and I believe that is Scott Koash in the face-off circle. They have 2 minutes up on the board. They just have it on one side, but cosmetically, as long as 2 minutes are up there, it doesn't really need to be on both sides, just for the benefit of the fans in the arena. Up the draw, Blaisdell had it to the right side. Colton shot gloved by Lavalier. We'll get a draw just 4 seconds later. Josh Colton, he's just been around the net the last few games. Remember, he had the game tying goal against Port Huron. He had one up at McMorran last time. He's had a nice few games, Motor City captain. Still in the Monroe zone. Colton pokes it away, gives back to Koivuniemi. Near side, Ho Gustafson. Centers to Koash. Diagonal feed. Colton gets it out of the zone. Delayed off sides, and Monroe touches up. Blaisdell in his own end, back to Gullo. He had to fight with the puck a bit. Ends up in the far corner to Colton. Banks back to Blaisdell. Over the red line, now the blue. The D-man, Blaisdell, puts on the brakes on the near hash marks. Down low, Rivers out in front. Gullo couldn't get it cleanly. Koivuniemi got in the way. 1:10 to go in the 4-on-4 hockey. Coincidental roughings to Declan Conway and Adam Kuhn. Koash with speed. Poked away. Back to Koivuniemi. Left side on the tape. Shot slides wide of the net. All the way out of the Rockers zone. Smith chases after it, but a few steps ahead is Blake Anderson. Anderson pinned to the boards. Smith boxes out Brad Ryder. Used the size advantage. Milam into the offensive zone. Centers between the hash marks. Milam had his pocket picked from behind. The veteran showed a little bit of spryfulness, a little bit of wiggle to Jamison Milam, taking it into the offensive zone. 2:40 to go, first period. 21 seconds left to go in the 4-on-4. 1-1, Motor City and Monroe tied. Babin couldn't quite control that. He had it in the glove. He's fighting the puck a bit. 5 seconds till Conway and Kuhn. Both are released from the sin bin. McGill Diaz, left wing circle. Turns around. Centers, look out. Campbell shot, and the save. Puck still loose, and it's picked up immediately. Hugo Koch on the other end, shot, and it's up and into the crowd. William Lavalier, while he's gotten in the way, he hasn't handled many shots cleanly. If I'm Motor City, the conversation in the locker room is, hey, just keep throwing pucks on net. Create chaos. I don't know if he hasn't seen it well or what it is, but that's the second, third, or fourth time. There's been a rebound there for the taking. 2:03 to go, first period. 1-1 hockey game. Draw in the Rockers zone, controlled by Monroe. Behind the net, Campbell pins Conway to the boards. Rivers takes it away. Tellstrom has to chase down the puck, chips ahead, no one there. Bacon the first one for Monroe. Tellstrom throwing that big body around. Shot punched up and stays in, hit off the high glass. 100 seconds left to go in this opening stanza. Each scored a goal in the first 6 minutes. Been fairly quiet ever since. Rivers looks ahead. Broken up the pass to Gullo. He was behind the Monroe D pairing. Oakes backhands it. Rings around the boards to the far side. Colton back skating. He lets Asp pick it up. Chipped in deep. Stick handled by the goaltender Babin. Oh, he turned it over to Koash. Down low, Ryder. Centering feed. Shot missed wide of the net. Cunningham couldn't find it, the target. Final minute of play of the first period. Blaisdell spins around. Cody Oakes collects. Tristan Wells, he started off the period with a goal. See if the big man can find a way to end the period with one. Karageorgis, left wing circle. Out in front, and no one could get anything on the frozen biscuit. It slides wide into the corner. 30 seconds to go, opening stanza. At neutral ice, it misses the stick of Conway. Koivuniemi behind his own netminder Lavalier. 20 seconds. The Moccasins want to strike. Gonna have to do it quickly. Just inside the Rocker blue line. Left side. A lot of traffic. On the far half wall, Wells to Karageorgis. 5 seconds. If the Rockers hurry, and not much they can do there. Final few seconds will tick off the clock. 20 minutes have come and gone, and still tied 1-1. Motor City and Monroe all knotted up after 20 minutes of play. Take a quick break, come back, we'll recap the first period and more. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels is classic rock that rocks.
Metallica,
Guns N' Roses,
Aerosmith,
AC/DC,
Pearl Jam.
Ozzy.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels.
Up in front, shut scores! SummerSlam now, shut scores! Here we go, Snitson, and we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on!
Back here on the Rockers Media Network, tied at 1 after 20 minutes of play. And not too much to talk about. Tristan Wells, 18 seconds in, he netted a goal as he deflected a shot from Josh Colton. That's his 10th of the year. Colton now up to 13 assists on the season. That ties Nick McGill-Diaz, ties Nick McGill-Diaz for second on the team in assists. But about 5.5 minutes later, it was Kalle Koivuniemi from Helmer Oscarsson just tapped one in that slipped by Trevor Babin. And that's where we stand after 20 minutes of play, a 1-1 hockey game. Going to take a minute now to welcome in a special guest. We have Rich Elswick here, Detroit Fight Club. And Rich, first of all, thanks for joining us. You know, I could attempt to tell everyone what you do and what Detroit Fight Club's about, but I wouldn't do it justice. Why don't you give everyone an introduction to what you do and what your product is?
Yeah, thanks, Brady. Detroit Fight Club is a martial arts studio club here in Detroit that we train medieval armored combat. And this is one-on-one combat, one-on-one duels, fencing style in a way. You can see the video going here. We do one-on-one MMA style, like in a cage, and there's those. And then there's group battles where there's 5 versus 5 and even bigger fights.
So, okay, so it's a lot of different things, so there's a little bit for everyone. Let's start for someone that may want to participate or get involved with that. How would they go about doing that?
Yeah, we train out of Southfield in Taylor, Michigan. We've got 2 places we train. They get a hold of us. We're on all the socials, Detroit Fight Club. Really easy to find. Sign up for a trial session, come out and, come out for a free training and see what it's about. You wouldn't be wearing armor the first time, but you'd learn about the sport and what we do and all that.
So for the age range, there might be someone sitting back there like, maybe I'm a little past my athletic prime. What's the kind of range of athletes you see come in to join you guys?
Yeah, that's a great question. We got some kids that are still in high school that are training with us, and they're not at the top of the sport or anything. We got some college kids, and of course we've got older adults, 20, 30, and even 40s. And even myself and a couple other guys that are in their 50s that still do this. And I say still do that. They come out and do it because they're like, this looks fun. I want to do it.
So everyone at home can see some of the videos about what's going on, but what's the origin of this? Because, it's not like, say, starting a hockey team where everyone knows about hockey or at least has a fairly general idea. Tell us about how this started and what this came from.
Yeah, the origin of this was, came from the sport we do right now came from Eastern Europe, Russia, Ukrainians, after the fall of Russia in 90. And they wanted to recreate the Middle Ages, and they're having fun. And we're recreating the sport from the 14th to 16th century of medieval combat, like straight out of the rule books from the 14th century.
So it sounds pretty unique. Maybe someone, all right, they don't want to put on the armor and act like they're trying to go on a crusade, but if they want to watch that go down, how can they get to be a spectator and support it?
Yeah. So there's all kinds of stuff going on. Like this weekend, there's an event in South Carolina in Clemson called Carolina Carnage, and there's 50 teams of 8 people per team down there in a tournament all weekend. Detroit Fight Club's down there. We started our new team called Detroit Direwolves. They're competing, and they got a live stream. Palmetto Nights, check it out. I'll put it in the comments on the video at some point. There's events. We hold one here, Canterbury Village in Lake Orion, the first 2 weekends in June. Come on out, check it out at the Canterbury Medieval Fair.
What would you say is maybe one of the biggest misconceptions when people just see an ad for it or see the video? What's something that when they show up, they go, I didn't expect this?
Yeah. So if you watch the videos, it's like, oh, that's cool. Oh, they're hitting each. Oh, that looks like it hurts. But then you come out and see it. It's like hockey. You come out to hockey. You watch hockey on TV. It's fast. It's cool. Then you go to a game and it's like, oh my God, this is so much faster. So much more intense. It's the same thing.
I get it, because I appreciate everyone that watches at home, watches on the Rockers Media Networks, but you're right. The energy in a rink, or I guess in an arena or a mini coliseum for your purposes, you can just feel it and get involved with it, and really it takes it to that next level. So I guess final question for you is, anything we missed out, and what's the last thing you want people to know about Detroit Fight Club?
For me, it's I would say the last thing I want people to know is that, this is an upcoming sport. It's blowing up. We're going to have events all over the U.S., and it's happening now. Like every weekend there's an event event going on somewhere. We've been at the Arnold Sports Festival where there's 200,000 people in Columbus through a weekend watching the sport, coming out, checking it out, as well as, of course, all the weightlifting that Arnold has. But it's an amazing sport, and not everybody likes baseball. Not everybody likes football. Some people, they're like, oh, Steve Larmer, Game of Thrones, I'm in, let's go, right?
All right, sorry. Final question. How are you enjoying the Rockers game out here? How do you like Big Boy Arena?
Oh, I love this place. It's I play adult hockey here in the smaller rinks, during the week, and I love hockey, and this is a great time and good crowd here. I like it. Good energy. People should come out and check it out.
Awesome. So again, that's Detroit Fight Club. You sat on all the shows. Elswick, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it, and hopefully we get someone out there to either watch or maybe we get you a few new nights for you for the Fight Club.
That's what we like.
So thank you again. He's Rich Elswick of Detroit Fight Club. I'm Brady Beaton. We're at the first intermission, 1-1 between Monroe and Motor City. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Hi, Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is their free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. We're currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness has got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
George's here. One thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always getting my nice bronze color.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels is classic rock that rocks.
Metallica,
Guns N' Roses,
Aerosmith,
AC/DC,
Pearl Jam,
Ozzy.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels.
Up in front, shut scores! Summerline now, shut scores! Here we go, Snitson, we got a full line roll! FBHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's James, your Motor City Rockers in-arena host, back again with another 5 minutes in the box. This time, we're joined by Eli Rivers. Eli, thank you so much for taking the time to sit with us.
Yeah, no
How's
problem.
it going, man?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
So, you've been like one of the leading scorers on the team. How are you feeling about the season?
It's been going well. Obviously, been getting a lot of opportunity here. So it's been good for my confidence, kind of to play in a bigger role and be needed on the offensive side of things. So it's been good. Just hoping we can finish out here and find our way into a playoff spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean it's going to be tight towards the end of the season. We still got half the season to go, so still plenty of time to get those points. But let's talk about like your journey through hockey. Like, where did you start from? I don't think, are you local to Michigan?
No, I'm not local. I'm from Vermont.
Vermont? Okay.
Yeah. So I grew up playing. I started when I was like 2 years old. My dad played hockey. My grandpa played hocky. Everyone was involved in hockey.
You come from a long line of hockey players.
Yeah, so the pressure was on. My older brother played as well, so I was in skates as soon as I could. I had a hockey stick in my hand when I was a baby. So
that's crazy. 2 years old. So I have a 2-year-old son. I can't even like grasp the concept of him like trying to ice. I can't even get him to like leave the pantry like when he wants candy. You like I don't even know how you could like direct a 2-year-old, to skate and all that stuff. So that's an impressive to come up that you started so young.
Yeah.
Besides hockey, like, so what do you do when you're not on the ice playing hockey?
I just hang out. I got a dog at home.
Okay.
So I hang out with my dog. I'm at the apartment with Trevor, so he's got his dog there.
Okay.
So we got
You got
nice.
the dog bonding there.
Yeah.
What kind of dog?
It's a pit bull as well.
Pit bull? Nice.
Yeah.
I have a pit bull as well. So
Yeah.
The most cuddly creatures you could ever
The best.
encounter.
They're like Velcro.
Yeah, absolutely. What's your dog's name?
Bo.
Bo?
Yeah.
Very nice. I like that. That's a great name for a dog. Do you do anything? Like, do you play video games? Do you watch pro wrestling? Like
No pro wrestling.
You watch no pro wrestling?
No pro wrestling, but
don't judge.
I don't. No, I don't. But I watch a lot of hockey.
Okay.
I do play video games, but not religiously.
What team do you root for? You know what?
I'm a Canadians fan, so
Canadians? Okay.
Vermont's kind of split 50-50. There's a lot of Bruins fans there, being in New England.
Yeah.
But we get access to CBC, so you get Hockey Night in Canada and Vermont. So I grew up watching Don Cherry.
Don Cherry with the crazy ties?
Oh, yeah. So my dad was a Canadians fan, so he just put it on me. So I'm New England everything. I'm a Pats fan, Celtics, Red Sox, but when it comes to hockey, I'm a Canadians fan. So
okay, that's very cool. That's very cool. So gaming, what kind of games do you play when you are playing?
Mostly sports games, a lot of chow, yeah. So a lot of hockey.
You live it, like you breathe it, you play it, like you're always like hockey 24/7.
Yeah, pretty much.
Very cool. You into any kind of crazy foods?
No, but I do like to cook. When I was in college, I realized I had to stop just heating stuff up in the microwave and learn how to.
That's the best stuff though. Like the cheap stuff that's all just preservatives and chemicals. I'm a chemical food guy. Like I love fast foods and like.
I trust me. I get my red 40 in me. Don't worry.
Okay. So what's your favorite dish to cook?
I love steak. Steak's my favorite. Okay. Yeah. So I do a little
ketchup, right?
No ketchup. No. Do a little compound butter on there and. Little steak and rice, that's the best.
Oh, fantastic. Get the protein, you get the carbs, so that's probably helps you out on the ice as well.
Absolutely.
So if you weren't playing hockey, what do you think your career would end up?
I was actually kind of debating playing or not this year. I just finished up my degree last year, and I had a lot of opportunity this year to coach some hockey.
Okay.
And kind of last minute, I decided I wanted to get out there and play one more year at least. So I started in Columbus this year. I'm not sure if you know that. And then I ended up coming here. But honestly, if I wasn't playing, I'd probably be coaching.
So you still got hockey. Hockey's your DNA. Like you said earlier, you come to the long line of hockey players. So thank you so much for taking the time to sit and chat with me in the 5 minutes in the box. Anybody you want to say hi to? Anything that you want to add?
Say hi to my brother because I know he's watching. He's begging me to do one of these. So.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Cam, your wishes have finally come true. So that's it for this edition of 5 minutes in the box with Eli Rivers, and we'll talk to you again next time.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Hi, Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is their free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. We're currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness has got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
George's here. One thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always getting my nice bronze color.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels is classic rock that rocks.
Metallica,
Guns N' Roses,
Aerosmith,
AC/DC,
Pearl Jam,
Ozzy.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels.
Hey, this is Sathiri Karageorgis from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric Supply.
Back here at Big Boy Arena, 1-1 after one between Monroe and Motor City. Again, this contest means a lot for both sides as they're trying to climb up into the playoffs of their respective divisions. For the Rockers in the Empire division, right now they're 12 points out of a playoff spot against Danbury. Good news is the schedule lightens up a little bit. Now, they've had a tough stretch, a home and home with Port Huron. They're down in Carolina. They're out in Binghamton. They've had out in Danbury. They've had a tough little stretch, but the Rockers need to find a way to string some wins together to move up that Empire Division standings. Starts with a good, solid performance here tonight. We get ready for the second period, presented by the Long Drink. Second period is known as the period of the long change, so naturally the perfect drink to go with it, the Long Drink. Sparkling refreshment, real liquor. Try one today. And while I try to untie my tongue out of some knots, hopefully we get a well-played second period. Rockers going left to right, Moccasins right to left. Feels like after each side scored their initial goal, it settled in a little bit. Tight checking, both playing well in their own end. Shots after one period, just 9-6 in favor of Monroe. Again, stats all season long brought to you by PSN Technologies. Start of the second period, 1-1 Motor City and Monroe. Wells, the forechecking pressure. Far side picked off. Oaks, diagonal dump in. Wells chases after it. Koivunemi on the near side. Smith slides it back into the corner. Oaks gets in the way. He's battling with Ho Gustafson. Two purple, two white jerseys poking, prodding, trying to dig the puck out. Moccasins come away with it to the far side. Oscarson. Wells cuts off the feed. Boxing out. That was Conway. Left side, many guns, and it's paddled away by Trevor Babin. Shot from point blank. Two saves on the possession for Babin. Bottom of the left wing circle. Many guns. Softly slides it behind the net. Conway, blind pass between the circles. Picked up by Many Guns. Along the end boards, Conway retrieves it once again. Wells and Colton pressure, back to the right point. Shot, and it hits the back of the net, but the wrong side of the net. Avery Smith can't get it out of the zone. Monroe with some pressure. Taken away. Blaisdell gets it to neutral ice. Over center ice, and he dumps it in deep. Rockers will go off for a change. Rivers, McGill-Diaz, Milam, Tellstrom all spill over the boards. Rockers need to get someone off the ice, and Tristan Wells realized that. They had 6 guys out there for a minute. Luckily, no one near the puck. Long shot saved by Babin. Monroe back in their own end. Moccasins a little more cerebral about their approach. They're not just looking for quantity of shots, they're more quality. And the Rockers have played fairly well in their own end. Milam in the corner. Bounces it out. Gullo can't get it over the blue line, kept in by Frank Schumacher. McGill-Diaz surveys the scene, guides it along the near boards. Gullo takes a whack at it over center ice. He's cut off. Brad Ryder there first. Along the Rockers bench, McGill-Diaz pushes it down behind the net. Lavalier to the near side. Cunningham. Near side feed. Schumacher can't get it out of the zone. Tellstrom bank past Rivers. Behind the goal line, looking for Gullo. Rivers pressured off the puck, slides right to Ryder. Campbell gives to the middle. Gullo had it, lost it. Cunningham took it away. Right side, Scott Koash. Again, haven't said his name a ton tonight, despite being the leading scorer for Monroe. Shot, save, rebound, picked up by Kuhn. Backhand, and it doesn't go very far. Again, if I'm Motor City, I'm taking more quantity of shots than quality because William Lavalier has been fighting the puck all night long. He has served up a few rebounds, and you get some big guys out in front. That is how Motor City scored their first goal. Kara George's shot is knocked away. Picks up the rebound to the near side. Buys. 2 number 9s battling for the puck. Asp, almost a slide tackle to get the puck to the corner. Buys. Lost his stick. Kara Georges lays ahead, and a penalty upcoming to Motor City. It'll be the first power play for either side. 6-on-5 until someone in a purple sweater can touch the puck. Anderson over to Koch. Poked away by Buys, and Kara Georges will have it on the backhand. And the Rockers, leader in penalty minutes, will pick up 2 more. They will get they'll get Buys. 2 for tripping. Number 9 goes to the box. My apologies to Kara Georges. He was an innocent man trying to frame him. 16-17 to go, second period. 2 minutes up on the board on the Buys, tripping minor. Rockers go on the penalty kill where they have been so strong the last couple of weekends. The one that really sticks out was against Binghamton. They killed essentially 2-minute 5-on-3s. Back at their own blue line. Schumacher surveys the scene. Pass off the mark. Blaisdell picks it up behind his own netminder. Chipped out by Gullo. At center ice, Conway takes his time. 23 seconds into the Moccasin man advantage. Butler rings around the boards, hops over the stick of Babin. Conway back to the far side. Schumacher. Quarter of this power play has come and gone, and Monroe hasn't done much with it. Koch down low. Colton pins to the boards. Rivers pressures. 1:10 to go in the Buys tripping minor. Monroe, and not the most effective power play. Motor City has stayed stout on the penalty kill. Thing is, on a power play, you just need about 5 good seconds. Shot sticked away to the far side and tied up. Would have had a good look for Koch. Bottom of the right wing circle. 49 seconds till Buys comes out of the box. Cunningham. Stick handle to the low corner. Colton tries to get it out of the zone. Slides up to Gullo. Rivers wheels down the near side. Picks it up. 1-on-1. Rivers. Shot, and it's just tipped away. Had a decent look. Rivers couldn't get the shorthanded goal. 30 seconds to go until we're back to 5-a-side hockey. Bottom of the right wing circle. Skoas. Shot. Rebound. Kuhn can't get it out. Kept in on the near point. Koch. Right side. Walking up. Koivuniemi. Back to Conway. One touch, back to Koivuniemi to Conway. Shot swallowed by Babin. Nope, leaks out. Backhand and finally covered by 72. 14:26 to go in the middle period. We're still tied at 1. Monroe and Motor City. We'll step aside for a moment. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Motor City Rocker Hockey.
Up in front, shot, scores! Number line now, shot, scores! Here we go, Snitson, and we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
Hey, this is Avery Smith from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network powered by KE Electrics Plus.
Fans, make sure you come out tomorrow night. Game 2 of the series. Also, Autism Awareness Night presented by Meijer. We'll have discounted tickets. Sensory Room will be on site to get your tickets and to see the Rockers in their Autism Awareness jerseys and be able to bid on them. Scan the QR code on your screen right now. Love to see you at Big Boy Arena for a Saturday night in Fraser, Michigan. Where else would you rather be? 1-1, 14:26 to go in the middle period. 10 seconds left to go till Chris Buys is a free man. He picked up the first power play for Monroe. Kuhn and Conway each had coincidental minors. Off the draw, Milam sends it down the ice. Final seconds tick away. Asp can't bring it in cleanly. And the Rockers kill another penalty. Milam turns it over. Conway on the backhand, scores! Oh, somehow he went short side. And just after Chris Buys comes out of the box, the Rockers find themselves down 2-1. Turnover led to the goal. And somehow, the former Rocker, Declan Conway, he picks up number 17 on the year. And it's 2-1 Monroe. Wasn't much space to put it, but somehow 3/4 inches of rubber found its way through. Buys racing down the near side. On the backhand, rubbed off the puck. Karageorgis in the corner. On the half wall, he's pressured. Rockers, that's maybe a little kick in the behind they needed to get going. They're playing with a little bit of extra pep in their step. Miguel Diaz turns it over, feed to Kuhn off the mark, and a couple of new purple sweaters spill over the boards. It's Rotundi and Tellstrom. Koch in their own end. Perfect feed to the tape of Anderson. Out in front, shot, scores! My goodness. 3-1 Monroe. Take another look as Kyle Heinzner, a beautiful display of passing, and the Moccasins' leading scorer gets his 19th of the year. And in the blink of an eye, it went from 1-1 to 3-1. Rockers had to dig themselves out of a hole. This is what we talked with Zach Zolkanich, the assistant coach, before the game. You get good moments, you get good pockets with the Rockers, but it's these lapses that sink them. Last time against Monroe, they had a lead and then it quickly went away. Long shot, easily saved by Lavalier. Blew a lead back in November to this team. And now Motor City has to dig deep, have to find a way to get one back. Gullo. The offensive zone gets a clean win. Rotundi, shot, kicked aside by Lavalier. Rivers leaves it for Gullo. He goes down to the ice, gets right back up, has the puck back on his tape. To the point, Rotundi rings it around the boards. Tellstrom doesn't cut it off. Can't get it out of the zone. Campbell chips it back in. Rex Moe slides ahead for Coash. To the near side, Ryder, left wing circle, shot punched away by Babbitt. Cunningham can't settle it down to the near side, Tellstrom. Gives up to Rivers, he can't find his way into the zone, and it's now Monroe with it once again. Save from center ice, Ryder. Rockers need to find a spark. Could it be Nick Gullo? Over the blue line, top of the left wing circle, shot, easily paddled aside. But Monroe gets it up and out of the zone. One shot, and Monroe finds relief. Dump it in, and fresh set of Moccasins come on the ice. 12:05 to go, second period, 3-1 Monroe. Many guns, over to Conway. He has the go-ahead goal, and it was Heinzner that made it 3-1. Rockers scored 18 seconds in. Since then, it's 3 unanswered by Monroe. Smith bounces it to the middle, but Rasmus Asp picks it up. Strides into the Rockers' end. Knocked away by Colton into the corner. Many guns. Searches. Centering feed. Knocked away. And taken away by Cody Oakes. Trying to split the defense. Cody Oakes. Right wing circle. Shot saved by Lavalier. Cody Oakes can be a spark plug. He can be a guy to give you a shot in the arm when you need it. But Motor City needs to find something. Maybe draw a penalty. Get the power play out there. They've been pretty solid on it as of late. Buys in the dot. Tie up on the draw to the near side boards. Flipped ahead, Milam has it. Heinzner could have had it, he left it. Ho Gustafson to the far side. In deep, Milam guides it along the near side. Koch to the center, backhand, easy save by Babin. 1:10 to go, second period, Rockers chasing 2. And a fan will pick up a souvenir. You know, the first period, it felt like a 1-1 period. Fairly evenly played. Here in the second, Monroe has dominated play, shots 11-6 in favor of Monroe. Motor City only allowed 9 shots in the entirety of the 20 minutes in the opening stanza. Off the draw, it's Monroe again. They have had the edge tonight in the dot. Kuhn to the near side, and Heinzner racing after it. Banks it to Anderson, back to Heinzner. Lost it, right to the stick of Kuhn. Finds his coach, Milam. Up to Carrick Georges. Ahead to Buys, he works around one defender. Buys, he's knocked off the puck, and picking it cleanly was Koivunemi. Heinzner, behind the defense, Milam. Right side, and he got in the way, the veteran. Savvy, up to Gullo. Oh, he couldn't settle it down. Would have been a breakaway. Up and down action midway through this game. Rockers chasing a pair, 3-1 they trail. Turnover, and Gullo gets in the way. Right to the tape of Carrick Georges. Into the offensive zone. He does not have numbers. He just dumps it in deep, goes off for a change. Near side, Gullo out in front. Oh, they knock off the net, and there's going to have to be a penalty. Now, Motor City can be awarded a goal there. The officials have the wherewithal. William Lavalier caught himself between a rock and a hard place, and the official would be well within their right to award a goal. That was clear and obvious. He knocked the net off to avoid the goal and avoid the empty net. Josh Colton is awaiting the decision, and Monroe would be lucky to get away with just a minor penalty. I believe they're going to have a conversation. At minimum, that's a minor penalty. And let's take a look at this replay. As I also get a second look at it. Let's bring it back just a hair more. As you see, a wide open net. Lavalier got pinned behind the net. That's a wide open look. And as the net goes down, the officials should award a goal there. I don't think they will. It looks like 2 minutes for a delay of game. And I'm going to be honest, that feels like the easy way out. It takes some conviction to award a goal in that spot. And I'm going to be honest, the Rockers should have been awarded a goal. That was as clear as obvious from the backside. William Lavalier, hey, what's he have to lose? That's the right play from him. I'm not mad at Monroe. Lavalier, he has one choice. Knock the net off, because it's either they award a goal, that would have been scored anyway, or you get the benefit of the doubt and they give 2 minutes for a delay of game. That means Motor City goes on the power play, powered by Continental Electric Products. Proudly made in Michigan, they provide power solutions to industry. Continental, a premier partner of the Motor City Rockers. Well, 2 minutes go on the board. First power play of the night for Motor City. Let's see if they can get that goal anyway. 10:03 to go, second period, 3-1. Motor City trails. Colton off the draw. Near side, Blaisdell. Takes his time to the far side. Colton, captain, takes it to the middle. Blaisdell, top of the left wing circle. Colton, shot deflected wide. Tellstrom collects in the near corner. Too far for Blaisdell. Trevor Babin will come out to play it 20 seconds into the Continental Electric Products power play. Blaisdell in his own end. Spins off a hit. Aggressive play from Hugo Koch. And Monroe back in their own end. Schumacher will bring it back just to dump it all the way down. Oh, nearly caught Trevor Babin sleeping. Oh, boy, that would have been disastrous. Eli Rivers around a Moccasin, chases it into the corner. To the far corner, Gullo, he's pinned to the boards by Mo. Gullo goes down to the middle. Blaisdell pressures, and Monroe gets it out of the zone halfway through the delay of game minor. Schumacher on the left side. Shot misses well wide. Anderson can't keep it in. Gullo tried to break it up, but Monroe doing a nice job on the penalty kill. Rockers will get some fresh legs out. Milam Smith over the boards along with Cody Oakes. Nick McGill-Diaz out there as well. And Nick Gullo, he wanted a penalty when in the corner when he got knocked down. He was still barking at the official. Milam had it taken away. 34 seconds left on what has not been a very fruitful power play effort. 30 seconds left. Again, you just need a couple good passes and you can make this a one-goal game. McGill-Diaz from his own end to Wells. Guides it along, horseshoes it around the boards. Oakes chips it into the corner, 15 seconds till we're back to five-a-side hockey. Wells pokes it back to the point, walking up. Milam blasts one, loose, scores! You just need an opening, and Tristan Wells, that's number 2, 3-2. Rockers pull within one. As we take another look, now I don't claim to be a hockey savant by any means, but Lavalier had been struggling with rebounds, and right there, an absolute bazooka from Jamison Milam, poked in by Tristan Wells. Felt a little prophetic with that one. Put pucks on Lavalier, and in the power play, you just need a few good seconds. 3-2. Motor City pulls within one, and there's a little bit of juice back here in Big Boy Arena. Karageorgis to the middle, found the tape of the wrong color jersey, Bacon. Shot punched up and into the glove of Trevor Babin. And a little extra pushing and shoving. Seth Bacon got a little too close to Trevor Babin for his liking. 7:47 to go in the second period, 3-2. Monroe on top of the Rockers. Get the last one, the second of the game from Tristan Wells. We'll step aside. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey. Or you should be, hold on. It should be the timeout. They did not give the media timeout. Unless I missed something, everyone up here, the next whistle should have been the media timeout because we haven't had one under 10 minutes. Play goes on, okay. My apologies. Rockers have it. Kuhn, across, shot, missed high and wide. Kept in to Kuhn. Whiffed on a pass. Down low, buys, rebound, shot, saved! Still loose. McGill-Diaz keeps it in the offensive zone. Rockers keeping the momentum up. Telstra, far slot, right into the glove of Lavalier, and now we should have the media timeout. And I believe we will get it. 7:11 to go in the second period. 3-2, Monroe on top. Now we'll take a break. You're still watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on!
Hey, this is Josh Cullen from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network powered by KE Electric Supply.
$7:11 to go in the middle period. 3-2. Monroe on top of Motor City, but Tristan Wells, his second of the night, has pulled the Rockers within one. Let's take a look at what's going on around the Federal Prospects Hockey League. Holy cow, in Binghamton taking on Columbus. A touchdown for the Black Bears. They lead it 7-2. You have Danbury up 4-1 on the Venom Hockey Club. Blue Ridge on top of, Carolina on top of Blue Ridge 1-0. Athens leads Baton Rouge 2-1, and Port Huron and Danville out in Topeka, they are scoreless. 3-2 here in Fraser. 7:11 to go, second period. Rockers, a little bit of a spark. Gullo on the near side. Off the draw, Gullo, back to the point. Rotundi, one touch to Campbell. Gets it in deep. To the far side, picked up by Monroe's number 94, Blake Anderson. Into the Rockers and Heinzner to the middle. Koch spins back around. Rink wide feed, and that banked off the boards. Tellstrom tried to slide it out of the zone, got knocked back in. Smashing it off the middle of the glass. Rotundi in the Monroe end, but controlled by the Moccasins. Gullo, he threw a check, got the puck on net. He forces the offensive zone draw. That's a reason why Nick Gullo is one of the fan favorites. Is he tries to play bigger than his size. Him and Austin Federley are tied for the shortest players in the FPHL. But I'll tell you what, Nick Gullo, he sure doesn't play like it. And right there, a little bit of effort forces the draw on the Moccasins end. Let's see if that can lead to potentially, hopefully, another goal. Off the draw, Rivers, it went through his wickets. Koash over the blue line, shot lifted above the glass, hard rebound. Tellstrom turned it over. Koash shot off the chest of Babin, trying to get it to safety. Koash, second effort, doesn't make it through the bodies. Right side, shot high and wide, and Monroe just unloading right now. Koivunemi, he got the scoring started for Monroe back in the first period. Turned it over. Rivers works around one Moccasin. One-on-one with Ho Gustafson. Well wide of the net from the top of the right wing circle. Tellstrom keeps it in deep. Gullo across to Colton. D-man takes it away. He couldn't find Rivers. He was begging for it in the slot. Instead, we'll get another draw on the Monroe end. .5:49 to go in the second period. 3-2, Monroe leads Motor City. We've had a fun one here tonight. Rockers looking to try to tie it up. They scored first, gave up 3 unanswered. The latest from Tristan Wells, his second of the game, as the Rockers just a shot away from evening this game up. Smith wins the draw. Oakes whacks at it. Colton does as well. Bringing the legs together, Oscarson kept it in his possession. Many guns, chips and chases. Behind the net. Battle for it. Colton not giving Oscarson any room to breathe. Smith feeds it to Wells. Oakes down the near side. He's sliding up, and he wanted to wheel down. And a big collision. No arms go up for either side. I'm not sure how neither side picked up a penalty. Many gun shot saved. Officials have been very lenient here tonight. Lavalier slow to get up. He'll pick up his stick. I'll be honest, I feel like that's either tripping on Monroe or goalie interference on Motor City. Felt like that was one or the other, but I guess it cancels out. Kuhn at the blue line. Lost it. Smith picks it up. Smith pinned to the boards. Colton whacks at it. Goes to the corner. 4:42 to go, second period, 3-2. Monroe on top. On the right side. Shot saved by Babin. He will hold it. 4.5 minutes to go in the second period. This game is getting more and more interesting as the night goes along, but doesn't it always here in Big Boy Arena. 3-2, Monroe leads. We'll step aside. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Hi, Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is their free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, I'll do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. I'm currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness has got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
Superior Georges here. But one thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always getting my nice bronze color.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels is classic rock that rocks.
Metallica,
Guns N' Roses,
Aerosmith,
AC/DC,
Pearl Jam,
Ozzy.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels.
Hey, this is Sathiri Karageorgis from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric Supply.
4 minutes, 35 seconds left to go here in the second period at Big Boy Arena. Brady Beaton here with you on a Friday night as the Rockers try to get back in the win column against another team desperate to climb up the standings. Defensive zone draw for Motor City, won by the Moccasins. Shot deflected wide. Kuhn glides down. He's pinned to the boards. Puck slides out, backhanded from the crease by Babin. Kuhn in the middle, pass just off the mark. Karageorgis couldn't settle it down. Poked away. Kuhn, 1-on-3. He's outmanned. Works around one Moccasin, and he couldn't get the centering feed. Kuhn goes down, and hey, an arm goes up. Would you look at that? Tripping the call. And the Rockers are going back on the Continental Electric Products power play. Proudly made in Michigan, Continental Electric Products provide power solutions to industry. Continental Electric Products, a premier partner of the Motor City Rockers. And it's the big Rasmus Asp going to the sin bin 2 for tripping. Tristan Wells got his second of the night on the power play. There was only about 8 seconds left on the last man advantage when they scored. Rockers send out, looks like Rivers, Tellstrom, Blaisdell, Gullo, and the captain, Josh Colton. Looking for the equalizer here in the middle frame. Gullo on the far dot. Him and Ryder will square off. To the far boards, controlled by Rex Moe. Blaisdell soccers it back into the zone. Blaisdell spins off a hit on the near half wall. A trio of Moccasins trying to poke that puck free. They do down the ice, 15 seconds into the Motor City man advantage. Colton calmly collects, leaves it for Blaisdell. The Dearborn native to the far side, Gullo. Horseshoeing around the boards, Colton comes down low. Can't keep it in the zone, and Blaisdell has it at his own blue line, pressured by Ryder. Ryder hard on the forecheck. Gives to Gullo. 1:18 to go in the Asp tripping minor. Rivers on the near side. Leaves it back. Gullo, half wall to the point. Blaisdell. Oh, he lost it in his skates. Gives to Tellstrom. Down low. Rivers, point blank, shot, rebound, still loose, and no goal. By a shaven beard hair, Lavalier keeps it out. 1:02 to go in the power play, 3:11 to go in the middle period. 3-2 Monroe, the score stays. Part of the puck may have crossed the goal line, but not all of it. A game of inches. Good news for the Rockers, they still have 62 seconds in an offensive zone draw. Smith, Wells, Milam, McGill-Diaz, and Oakes out there. Off the draw, Smith won it, but it's quickly picked up by Anderson. He can't clear it. Milam to the logo for Smith. The Texas native gives back to Oakes. Finds Milam out of his own zone. Along his own blue line, Cody Oakes works around Anderson into the offensive zone. Pressured, cross ice feed Milam. Shot from between the circles into the trapper of Lavalier. That one partially deflected. It almost worked out in Milam's favor as Lavalier was working post to post. If that was actually had a little less on it, the momentum of Lavalier might have taken him so far away that his reach wouldn't have been able to grab it. Almost an unintentional changeup. 38 seconds left to go in the power play for Motor City. 2:47 to go in the second period. Off the draw, Wells battling. Poke back to Smith in the near corner. Trying to set up the power play. Smith to the near point. McGill-Diaz walks it down along the hash marks. He's pressured on the puck. Far side Milam, 20 seconds to go in the man advantage. Oakes surveys from the far boards, back to Milam. Pressure comes to the near side, McGill-Diaz. Dozen seconds left toward a five-a-side hockey. Milam banks it to Oakes. 7 seconds left. Oakes pushed off the puck around the boards. Milam keeps it in. and Asp will come out. McGill Diaz, left side Oaks. Shot, saved, near side Milam keeps it in. Dumps in deep, Wells battles for it, he can't pick it up. And it is Ho Gustafson that gets there first. Under 2 minutes to go, second period. Rockers now 1 of 2 on the power play. Both sides making some changes with the puck deep in the Moccasin end. Ho Gustafson, 2-line pass, Ryder. Did he get a piece of it? No, he did not, icing the call. 1:40 to go in the middle frame. Moccasins by a goal. Buys in the far dot. He will draw against Coash. Clean win to the corner. Samuel Ho Gustafson sends it out of the zone over all 3 lines. And deja vu, Campbell gets there first, and we have icing. The only difference, 6 seconds have elapsed. To the right of Lavalier. Another clean win for Coash. Can't get it out of the zone. Karageorgis, the hand-eye coordination, knocked it out of midair. Rotundi banks it back up to Karageorgis. He's forced back into his own end. Retreating, Karageorgis knocked off the puck. Brad Ryder, very, very aggressive on the forecheck. Shot from the point. Babin just kind of whacks it down. That was an awkward-looking save. I don't know if he saw it all the way. 1:05 left to go in the second period. Rockers trail by a goal. Campbell to Rotundi. Kuhn on the near side. Karageorgis in his own end. Rink-wide pass too far ahead of Campbell. Monroe on the attack. No, they're not. Campbell and Karageorgis fighting for real estate. Left wing circle, shot deflected, and to the far corner. Tellstrom picks it up to the near side. Blaisdell, 37 seconds to go in the period. On the near wing, Karageorgis to the left side. Rotundi, he can't keep it in. Blaisdell at his own blue line. Tellstrom looking for one final rush. Feed deflected by the skate of Corey Cunningham. Lavalier to the near side. Tellstrom picks it off, tries to throw on net, deflected before it reaches Lavalier. Down low, puck taken away. 10 seconds, Moccasins looking for one final rush. Right side, Anderson, and Rivers forces him to the corner. 3 seconds, 2 and 1, and we head to the third period. Monroe leads it by a goal, but the Rockers picking up some momentum at the end of that second period. They score the latest goal. They trail 3-2. We'll recap the second period when we come back. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Hi, Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is their free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. We're currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness has got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
Karageorgis here. But one thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always getting my nice bronze color.
Up in front, shot, scores! Number one, now shot, scores! Here we go, Snitson, we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
Back here at Big Boy Arena. After 2 periods of play, it's 3-2. Monroe on top of Motor City. We started the second period tied at 1, but it was Declan Conway that somehow slid it short side past Trevor Babin to give Monroe the lead 2-1. And it wasn't but a few moments later that Kyle Heinzner found the back of the net on a couple of beautiful passes. It was 3-1 Monroe, and the Rockers a little deflated. After a delay of game minor for delay game minor to the netminder Lavalier. Rockers didn't have a great power play, but at the end, Tristan Wells was able to slap a rebound in off a Jamison Milam shot. That's his second goal of the night. Josh Colton and Milam each with an assist in this one. Shots fairly even so far. Trevor Babbins made 22 saves. William Lavalier with 21. It has been a fun one here at Big Boy Arena. Rockers looking for a come-from-behind victory in the third period. We'll step aside, have some more entertainment for you during the intermission. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's James Campbell, your Motor City Rockers in-arena host, back again with another 5 minutes in the box. This time, I'm joined by the returning Nick Goro. Nick, how's it going, man?
Oh, it's going well. Excited to be here. Happy to do this, and let's rock here.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So, first game back as a Rocker this season. For those of you who don't know, I think you played on past seasons.
Yep, last season. Yep.
Last season. So last season you were a part of the Rockers team. First game back, scored the game-winning in overtime goal against the Port Huron Prowlers. How's that feel, man?
Exciting. I mean, most importantly, we got the win, right? And I think it showed a lot of resilience in our group coming back down 2-0 with, I think, under 4 minutes left. And obviously, it feels good to make a contribution. I guess it is a new team. Just to come in, help the boys get a win, right? Kind of solidify yourself, let them know you're here for the right reasons. And like I said, it got us the win, and that's most important.
I feel like it's got to feel a little extra special. A, returning to the team. And B, I believe you came from the Dashers, who haven't been doing so hot this season.
Yeah.
So to actually record a W on the team you're playing for had to absolutely feel good as well. So some of the fans that are new to the Rockers, can you tell me a little bit about your hockey journey? Like, where are you from? How did you get into hockey originally?
So I'm from Rochester, New York. And I actually grew up, my uncles were playing hockey, just like recreational, like men's league or whatever. And from what my parents tell me, I was walking at about 9 months, and then they had me on skates at 1.5 years. And
no way! Wow.
Yeah, and I was like pretty typical, like skating on a pond or on a frozen parking lot as a kid. And it's honestly my earliest childhood memories are playing hockey or skating. And I was your typical kid, messing around the house, always had a hockey stick in my hand. It was always on the TV. And went through my local youth learn to skate program, and went through travel programs, traveled a little bit. I left home at 12 years old to go live out of town to play for a better youth program, and juniors, college, and now pro. So the rest is history. But to say it's been my whole life is pretty accurate. And I'm sure later in this video we'll get to what my business is now outside of hockey, which is still involved in hockey. But for sure, it's been everything I could have ever dreamed of and wanted, and I'm just happy that I've been part of this ride.
That's awesome. But yeah, you mentioned it, so tell us a little bit about what do you do when you're not on the ice playing hockey?
Yeah, so when I was in high school and college, I started helping out with just private lessons at my local rink, and as I've gotten older, I progressed and found that this is something that I have a knack for, and I really like to do it. So me and one of my best friends, we started our own business this summer called Hire Hockey. For the fans to check that out, get a plug, hirehockey.net. And basically what it is, it's an online mentorship and video analysis for kids from 8 years old all the way up to Division I or Olympic hockey players.
Very cool.
Just to go into a little bit about it, we'll clip their games and basically like what coach would do with us. We're going to go over film with them and, kind of help them on the journey their journey that we took, and just spread our tutelage to them.
Oh, very cool. Like passing some of the knowledge down to the younger generation.
Yep. And then obviously we do on-ice stuff with them in the summer too, but while we're away playing our seasons respectively, it's a way to keep in contact and help the next generation of future players.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yep.
You can kind of give back and keep the hockey alive in the youth. Because I feel like a lot of times now, like kids are more focused on like video games and being like influencers and stuff like that, and less about like being outside, being active and playing sports. So that's awesome.
And what's cool about it too is everyone says hockey's 90% mental and 10% physical. Well, everyone always teaches the on ice or the physical part, right? Where with us at Hire, we've really dove into the mental aspect of it and mental conditioning and therapy that goes on with athletes of all different ages, right? You have teenage kids who are going through God knows what with changes and right? Kids trying to get committed to schools, or maybe they're finding out that their parents want them to play hockey and it's really not for them. So there's so much more to the mental side, and that's kind of what we focused on. So it's really exciting. It's going incredibly well. And, I hope everyone comes and checks out the website.
Oh, that's awesome. That's very cool. Hobbies, man. What do you do hobby-wise? Obviously, you're playing hockey. You're mentoring, the youth with hockey. What do you do that's not hockey related?
I don't know if this really counts. I went to school for exercise science and kinesiology, so I got my strength conditioning degree. Okay. So I coach as a sport performance or sport specific type gym. So we're working with athletes, again, boys and girls of all different ages, all different levels, all the way up to Olympic athletes. So I do that a lot. I guess that's somewhat related to hockey. But other than that, I like to hike a lot and kind of just go walking, like not anything like mountain peaks, but just walking through trails and stuff like that.
Cool. You like the outdoors, that type of stuff. That's funny because Rico Gonzalez, when we sat down and talked, hiking was one of the things that he enjoyed doing as well. Yeah. What's the coolest place you've hiked?
Coolest place I've hiked? There's like some wildlife refuge in western or more central New York. It's called Montezuma, and it's pretty cool. It's just like a big marshland, but there's some forest to it, and you can see and I'm kind of nerd out with this stuff. You can see like over 100 to 200 different species of like birds and animals in this wildlife refuge.
Are you a bird guy?
A little bit, yeah. So my mom worked.
Never would have thought. You're a bird guy right here. We got gardeners, we got bird guys, you got it all.
My mom worked at the lab of ornithology for Cornell. So for those of you who don't know, the ornithology is the study of birds. So
that's what I would assume. I didn't know that for sure, but
so her job was basically to monitor certain species of birds that might be common or foreign, and just kind of study their behaviors and stuff. And she was doing that when I was a teenager. So whether I was reluctant or not, she dragged me out on trails with the big binoculars and telescopes, and I kind of found that was kind of cool. And I don't nerd out too much on it, but I know a little bit more than your common person. So it's kind of cool.
Do you have a favorite bird species you'd have to share?
No, nothing crazy.
No?
Nothing.
Okay.
No, a duck. Definitely a duck. Just a duck. Yeah,
okay,
for sure. Just a plain mallard duck are my favorite.
Mallard ducks.
I want to own a duck, so if anyone's selling a duck, contact me. I'll buy your duck.
Really?
So my girlfriend and I would love it. It'd be fantastic.
I have a friend who has 2 ducks as a pet.
Let us know. We're looking to house a duck. So
that's very cool.
But, yeah.
I'll put some feelers out for you.
Yeah, see what we got out there.
So being from New York, who do you root for in terms of like pro sports? Football, hockey? Do you have some favorite teams?
Well, this is very soft subject right now. I'm a diehard Bills fan. So I mean, look at all you Chiefs fans out there. We know you're cheating, right? We know that. You can agree to it.
The NFL's rigged. Everybody knows that.
The NFL is rigged. Yeah. No, that one hurt. We're still mourning, so please give us our space and time. But diehard Bills fan, I have jumped through a couple tables before. I'm okay.
Oh, you're part of the Bills Mafia right here. Bills Mafia right here.
Yeah, one of them. Quiet guy off the ice, but sometimes I get a little wild there. Hockey's weird. So I grew up a Sabres fan, but now I know so many players who play that I grew up training with or whatever that are in the NHL that I'm personally friends with. I'm more a fan of them.
So you're more of a fan of players specifically.
Correct, right? I want my friends to do personally well. So if they're on X team, like yes, I want that team to do well. But I think deep down, sure, I'm still a Sabres fan. But
so you pick favorites, like if you have 2 friends that are playing on opposite teams going against each other.
Well, we'll see who can get me the coolest stuff after the game.
Well, perfect.
Right? You got to go your perks, and then actually my family and myself are diehard Yankees fans. Like ask any of the guys in the room, I'm a diehard Yankees fan. Everybody knows it.
That kind of hurts me a little
bit.
Does
that sting you a little bit?
A little bit. Detroit Tigers. The whole team. So.
I went to a Tigers game last year on my tour of duty here, so that was pretty.
Did you enjoy it? I hope.
I did. It was cool. We went opening day actually.
Oh, that's a good one to go to.
It was really cool. Like that whole little block.
As long as
downtown
it's not freezing cold.
No,
was it the year that was like
no. It was legitimately like 80 degrees last year.
Oh, nice.
It was like almost too hot. So.
Nice.
But it was cool.
It's never too hot.
Still trying to get go to the LCA to see the Wings play, so I'll make sure to do that.
Absolutely, you have to get you down there.
Yeah, for sure.
Nick, anything else you want to add? Anything you want to say other than check out?
Yeah, check out Higher Hockey. We'd love to work with you guys and stuff, and also just keep coming out and supporting the boys. Friday night was awesome, having that crowd and being able to get a win. And whether you guys believe it or not, the crowd does make a big difference to us. So keep coming out, keep supporting. We'll keep climbing the ladder here to make that playoff push late in the season.
Awesome. Nick, thanks so much. I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Thank you,
Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
And we're going to send things back over to the broadcast booth powered by KE Electric Supply. Check it out. Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is their free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench. I'll do
rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. We're currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness has got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
George's here. But one thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always painting my nice bronze color.
Hey, band members, follow the Motor City Rockers on social media. On Facebook, X, and YouTube at Rockers Hockey. On Instagram and TikTok, find them at Motor City Rockers. For tickets, schedule, and more, visit rockershockey.com. Rock on!
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's James Campbell, your Motor City Rockers in-arena host, back again with another edition of 5 Minutes in the Box. This time, I'm being joined by the one and only Trevor Babin. Babin, thanks so much for taking the time to join me today.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thanks for having me.
So, what we've been doing with these 5 Minutes in the Box interviews, we're kind of trying to shine a spotlight on the players and kind of let the fans know a little bit more about them. So, I know you've been you're like a fan favorite. I know when we posted on social media about your signing, nothing but positive feedback. Lots of people were excited about it. We got lots of awesome comments. So can you maybe give us a little background on some of your hockey journey? Where did you start? How did you get here?
Yeah. First, shout out to the fans. They've shown nothing but support to me and including the team. So thank you for all the love from you guys. But my little journey, I'm from Philly. I grew up playing hockey right outside of Philly, moved on to junior hockey in Canada. I have a whole bunch of family up there, so it was cool to be up there and play hockey in front of them. And then right out of junior, I came into the Fed, and I've been bouncing around the coast, SP here, so it's just been a crazy journey so far.
Very cool, very cool. So now, one of the monikers that I know the fans have given you is the Dark Knight. Can you explain the origin of that?
Yeah. Shout out to one of the guys who worked for us last year. He kind of gave me the nickname, and it stuck. And yeah, it just kind of went along with the whole black look. But I'm obviously wearing white stuff right now.
Yeah.
White during the week, black on the weekends. So
it was mostly like the get up, the jerseys, the helmet, and that. You're not really like an eccentric billionaire crime fighter who plays goalie for the Motor City Rockers on the side or anything.
I wish. That'd be great.
Oh yeah, dude. Who wanted to be an eccentric billionaire, right? So besides hockey, what other things are you into?
Last few years, I've gotten really into Formula One sim racing.
Really?
So I have a whole setup in my apartment right now. Just
like the car and everything, the seat, the gears and everything. Oh my God! How big is that?
It's pretty big. I mean, it's pretty.
You pick up a whole bedroom in the apartment?
Not the whole bedroom, no. Just like a little corner of the room. But that working out, obviously, the last couple years. That's really it. I mean, I have a dog, so the majority of my time is with him. So, other than that, just those three things are the main.
I got you. So, do you have any aspirations to be like a race car driver, or did you just get into it?
I mean,
you have a need for speed.
Now I have a need for speed. Yeah. I mean, now I wish I could race cars and stuff, but I still have one goal in my mind right now, playing hockey. But just for when I need a little time off, I guess, or just
some
having
steam.
Get some lap times on the track.
Is there like a dream car you would like to drive or get behind the wheel of?
I mean, when I'm older, if I'm ever
your midlife crisis, what's your midlife crisis vehicle going to be?
All blacked out Lamborghini Aventador.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I'd be into cars. My little sister's even more into cars and engines and things like that. So. You can go on and on.
I got you. That's cool. So, my wife always gives me crap. I like, for me with cars, I'm not a big car guy, but I love the look of black and chrome.
Yeah.
And my wife gives me crap. She's like, that is so out. That's not the look. But I'm like, I don't care. I love it.
I still like it.
I want the all black car. I want the windows blacked out. I want chrome rims. I want chrome handles.
Yep.
Okay. I got it. We're on the same page with that.
That's my style too. All black.
Awesome. So take that, Cody. Take that. See, Babin's down with it. Yep. Final question. I know you mentioned your dog, and I've heard a lot about your dog. Tell me about your dog. What's his name? What kind is he?
His name is Zen. He's a year and 5 months now. I think just pushing. Yeah, month of.
You're
year,
breaking
5
his
months.
heart. You don't know how old he is. You're breaking his heart.
Yeah, man, spending time with him every day. You don't even like keep track of that stuff. You just want to have fun, you know.
Yeah.
But I got him. He's a pit bull. I got him from one of my mom's best friends back home in Philly. We actually have my dog's older sister and cousin also back home. So
the whole family.
Whole family, yeah. So the only boy dog in our family, we've had all females too. So this is the first male, and he's my little boy. So
Yeah. He travels with you, like when you go
Yep.
from team to team when we're not playing for the Rockers. How's that work out? He's cool with it.
He loves it, man. As soon as he gets in the car, he's like just out like a light, and he's out, enjoys the ride, and then when we get up, whenever we stop, goes to the bathroom, comes back, goes
That's
to
awesome.
sleep.
He's just happy hanging out with Dada. Yeah, very cool.
I've gone to the room a couple times too, and all the boys love him already and
That's
stuff.
awesome.
So.
Well, pit bulls, like I know they get a bad rap. Pit bulls are like the most cuddliest dogs. Like
They're the best.
They're just creatures that just want to cuddle you.
Yep. They're just
like
it's
they're
all
big
about the
beefcakes,
service.
but all they want to do is just get their belly rubbed, and they just want to lay next to you on the couch with whatever you're doing.
Exactly.
So, Babin, thanks so much for taking the time. 5 minutes in the box. Hopefully, it wasn't too painful for you.
Not at all.
But good luck this season with the Rockers.
Thank you, man. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels is classic rock that rocks.
Metallica,
Guns N' Roses,
Aerosmith,
AC/DC,
Pearl Jam,
Ozzy.
106.7 WLLZ, Detroit's Wheels.
Hey, this is TJ Sneed from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric Supply.
(3-2) Monroe leads your Motor City Rockers. So we get ready for the third period, brought to you by RJ's Construction Services. Head to RJ's Construction Services. You can find them on Facebook or call them at 248-974-2640 for all things construction services. RJ's Construction Services, a proud partner of your Motor City Rockers. Rockers trail by a goal. They need to find a way to equal this one out. They did get the last goal. Tristan Wells has 2 on the night. Josh Colton and Jamison Milam have each picked up assists. We'll see. Motor City started to build up a little momentum at the end of that end of that second period. Will it carry over? William Lavalier, he's played fairly well. He's stopped 21 of 23 shots, but he's been fighting with the puck a lot, has not controlled it cleanly. And I think the Rockers noticed that with the higher shot total. Usually they look for the perfect shot. They were throwing some on net and crashing hard. I think that might be the way to equal this game out. Oakes, Wells, Smith, Colton, and Blaisdell to get the start for Motor City here in the third. For Monroe, you have Conway, you have Many Guns, you have Oscarson, you have Samuel Ho Gustafson, and finally, that is Kali Koivumeni. Off the draw, Motor City trying to battle for it in neutral ice. Monroe dumps it into the Rockers, and Blaisdell cuts it off before it can cross the end line. Smith has it poked away. Colton chips it far ahead. Oakes racing after it. Back into the Rockers end. Colton, rink wide feed to his D-man Blaisdell. To the middle, Smith takes his time. The Indiana Tech product down the near side over all 3 lines. Left wing circle shot is blocked by Samuel Ho Gustafson. To the middle, Colton, right wing circle shot, rebound loose. And there again, another shot that Lavalier is not controlling. You can get someone out in front. Wells scored the last one on a rebound. That would probably be the way you go about it to try to tie it up. Nice job by Colton coming down from the D spot. You get a good look at it. In neutral ice, puck hopping around. Smith swings at it. Barely gets a piece of it. Rex Mo over the red line, chipped in. No, it was stopped by Milam. The coach gives to McGill Diaz. Turned it over right at the blue line, and it's taken away. Cunningham only had it on a stick for a moment. Rivers can't get it before Schumacher pokes it ahead. Back to the Monroe blue line on the near side. Rexmo turns around. He sees Eli Rivers and sends it for Frank Schumacher. Behind Lavalier, sets up the breakout. Picked up by Anderson, racing down the near side. And he lost the puck in front of his own bench. Rivers finds Tellstrom, the big man, into the offensive zone. Bodies off Anderson, but can't keep the puck on his stick. Rexmo has it. A sandwich behind Lavalier. Shot missed wide of the net. Heinzer brings it up. Moccasins have numbers. Ahead to Anderson. Wasn't the cleanest pass. Shot missed wide. Don't know if he was trying to get the tip from Schumacher. The Rockers have it in the Monroe end. Just over 2 minutes into this third period. And a power play coming up for Motor City. Slashing the call. Rockers 1 for 2 on the man advantage tonight. When we go back on the Continental Electric Products power play, proudly made in Michigan. Continental Electric Products is Continental Electric Products. They provide power solutions to industry. Continental, a proud partner of your Motor City Rockers. 2 minutes to Hugo Koch. The forward gets his sentence. The Rockers on the power play, chance to even it at 3 aside. Miguel Diaz shot in front, tipped by Wells, nearly had the hat trick. Wells to the point. Milam slides. Miguel Diaz back to the backhand of Milam. Walks up, shot, deflected out in front, battle for it, and Conway comes away with it. But again, shot on net, causing chaos. Conway back behind the net. Rockers have it. Oakes banks it by Heinzner. Into the offensive zone. Oakes, pass. Oh, he couldn't get the feed. Smith, backhand, goes wide of the net. Lavalier was on his backside. Back to Miguel Diaz. Smith in the corner, 1:11 to go in the man advantage for Motor City. Smith to the right side. Colton down low to Rivers. The Rockers' leading scorer gives back to the captain, Colton. Returns to Rivers, far hash marks. To the middle, Smith back to the point. Colton walks it up, shot, doesn't make it through. I think it hit the shaft of Blake Anderson's stick. 50 seconds to go in the minor penalty. Colton left it behind him. Monroe very aggressive down a man. Anderson left it. 40 seconds left to go in the power play. Dumped in deep to the corner. 16:24 to go in the third period. Motor City has had some magical comebacks the last 2 nights. Well, I don't mind them scoring late. Also wouldn't mind them tying it up and possibly taking the lead with a little bit of time to go. Be good for my heart rate. Babin leaves it 15 seconds for a final rush. Blaisdell in his own end. Over to the near wing. Gullo over the red line. Now the blue. Gullo between the hash marks drops for Tellstrom, and we are back to even strength hockey. Blaisdell, Tellstrom walks up, back to the point, 1 touch to Blaisdell, down low, picked off. Koash stepped in front of it. Monroe racing down the left side of the ice. Koch drops back, and it's poked into the corner. Koch, fresh out of the sin bin, keeps it in the Monroe end to Bacon, shot wide of the net. Tellstrom at the far half wall, 15:24 to go in the third. We got a tie hockey game. Blaisdell back to Tellstrom. Power forward, slap shot into the glove of William Lavalier. We get a whistle, and with 15:15 to go in the third period, Rockers again working downhill a little bit more. Motor City's only outshot their opponents 4 times this season. Right now, shots 27-25 in favor of Motor City. Buys in the far dot. Tie up on the draw. Kuhn slides it to Campbell. 1 touch, Karageorgis in front. Buys. In the backhand, tried to get it to Karageorgis, pinballing around, and it ends up on the stick of Trygve Manyguns. Rotundi comes up, lays a hit. Karageorgis collects the puck, pokes it to neutral ice. Rockers reset the defense. Monroe setting up the attack. Asp in his own end. Can't get it by Kara Georges. He battles between a pair of Moccasins, can't do much with it. Many guns to the far side, Koivunemi. Left wing circle, clean look at the net, shot deflected wide. Picked up on the near side, Oaks feeds to Buys. Outnumbered, Buys at least gets it in deep, allows Milam, McGill, Diaz, and Wells to get out on the ice. The long arm of Wells was able to get in front of the stick, or in front of the puck. McGill Diaz racing. D-man takes it in the offensive zone, puts on the brakes, looks for Wells, and it hopped too far past the outstretched stick of Wells. 14 minutes to go in the third period, 3-2. Motor City trails Monroe, looking for the equalizer. They've controlled play through the first 6 minutes of this final period. Wells slides to Smith at the red line over the blue. Avery Smith puts on the brakes at the far hash marks, surveys the scene, couldn't find Rivers. He would have had a prime look between the hash marks, but the Rockers pick it up in their own end. Banks it off the near side, Tellstrom. Rink-wide feed to the backhand of Rivers, into the offensive zone. Eli around a couple of Moccasins, shot doesn't make it through. Tellstrom can't settle it down. Reiter, fresh off the bench, picks it up, turns around, looks for Koash, gets it to a stick, poked away by Milam. 13:60 to go in the third period. Rockers trail by a goal, and the Rocker faithful with a "Let's Go Rockers" chant. Shot into the glove from Gullo, and Lavalier will take a whistle. And with 13:09 to go in the third period, time for our media timeout. And we're just waiting for both sides to slide to the respective benches, make sure order is kept. And it looks like we will keep it peaceful for now. 13:09 to go, third period, 3-2, Monroe on top. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
This is Nick McGill Diaz from the Motor City Rockers. You're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric.
13:09 to go in the third period. Right now, Motor City controlling the play in this third frame. 5-0 the shots in favor of the Rockers. Fortunately, none of those five have beat William Lavalier, and Monroe still has the advantage. Kyle Heinzner, his 19th of the year. Right now, the difference. Gullo will take the draw. He faces up against Scott Koash, two former teammates, on the near side dot. Koash didn't have anything on the draw, but picked up the puck just sitting on the dot. Koash over the blue line. On the right wing circle, leaves it back. Shot into the glove of Trevor Babin. Trying to pick the corner. And you have Eli Rivers getting in between Cunningham and Babin. The first shot of the period snagged out of the air by the Dark Knight. On the near side dot. Monroe controls it. Ho Gustafson sends in deep, many guns, boxing out Blaisdell. Bottom of the right wing circle, can't find it to Oscarson. Along the half wall, ringing around the boards to the stick of Blaisdell. Backhand leads to Gullo. Up and out of the zone, at least forces Monroe to touch up. Puck knocked loose. Gullo lost his stick. He's searching for it. He recovers. Back in the corner. Puck goes down low. Blaisdell throwing the body around. Physical shift for Blaisdell. Back to Ho Gustafson. Left side, Koivunemi. Centering pass was only off the tip of Declan Conway's stick. Motor City trying to get it out of the zone. Rivers back behind the net. Drops it back for Colton. Long feed. Tellstrom chipped it, and the Rockers will get some fresh legs out there. Will Campbell, Ryan Rotundi, Adam Kuhn all spill over the boards. Buys and Kara Georges make up the other two. Anderson, one touch. Koch off the right skate of Rotundi. Monroe starting to give a little pressure. Shot saved, rebound loose in the crease, and it's poked away. Kara Georges to the near side. Puts it back along the end boards. Ryan Rotundi can't control it. Monroe keeps the pressure up. Pass a little too fast for Mo. Shot, and it's controlled by Babin. 11:24 to go, third period. 3-2 Monroe leads. Since the media timeout, they have been controlling the pace of play. On the near side dot. Smith and Koash will draw. Clean win for Smith. Rotundi skates over, has it on the tape. On the far corner. Oh, turned over. Look out. Backhand. Out in front, and it hops up. Oh, nearly a devastating turnover. Rockers trying to tie it up. They can ill afford to give up another one. Again, out in front. Motor City just needs to get it out of the zone. Shot deflected, and that's exactly what Will Campbell does. There were two Rockers out in front, but Smith, probably exhausted from that defensive effort, just skates after it, bodies thrown around, puck sitting at the red line, but again, Monroe working downhill. Here, some pushing and shoving behind the play. I don't know how they don't take somebody for that, even if it's coincidental. They have let a lot go tonight. Shot tipped wide. I mean, that was 3 lines behind the play. Koash feeds to the middle to Rasmus Ass. Gullo poked it back into the corner. Gullo leaves back for Nick McGill-Diaz. Nearly midway through the third and final frame of regulation. Rockers still looking for that tying goal. Gullo into the offensive zone. He's pressured to the near side boards. Tries to keep it in, does. Right to Rivers, near corner. Feed broken up by Asp. To the far side, Milam comes up. The coach banks it off the near boards, and no one there except for Declan Conway. Feeds ahead, and Gullo sends it to the blue line only for a moment. Banked back deep. Tellstrom went down. And now the Rockers are getting very agitated. That's the second or third time Tellstrom's gone to the ice. Babin had some words for Many Guns. Play goes on. Kara Georges in the offensive zone. Offsides called. Offsides brought to you all season long by Great Clips. If your sides are a little off, remember, Great Clips can keep your hair on sides. You can find them in the Meijer across the street in Roseville or Warren. Great Clips, the official hair cutter of your Motor City Rockers. 9:25 to go in the third period, 3-2. Monroe on top. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey. 9:25 to go in the third period. Neutral zone draw. Buys tied up with Koch. Sent in deep. Adam Kuhn races after it. Bottom of the right wing circle. He's pushed to the ice. This has gotten physical, and, well, the officials have let them play. And it has gotten a little chippy. Heinzer leaves it deep. Blaisdell behind the net. Slides to Colton. Quick return to Blaisdell. He's pressured on the forecheck. Colton over to Kuhn. He can't bank it ahead. Poked off. Buys collects. He at least gets it. No, doesn't get it out of the zone. May have hit a stanchion. Colton over to Kuhn. And around the boards, Rockers get a partial change. To the far hash mark, centers to Anderson. 8:40 to go in the third. Rockers trying to avoid a third straight one-goal loss to the Monroe Moccasins. Both their games back in November, Rockers came up short 4-3 and 5-4 respectively. Icing will be the call, and Rockers will get an offensive zone draw. Smith, Wells, Oakes, the forwards, Blaisdell and Colton, the defenseman. Rockers trying to find a way to even the score up. Getting deeper and deeper into the third period. Clean win off the draw. Blaisdell will give way to Colton. On net, tipped wide, picked up by Koivuniemi. 2-on-1 at the Moccasins hurry. Offsides, the call. That'll bring it back to neutral ice and negate the rush from Monroe. And folks, as you know, offsides brought to you all season long by Great Clips. Find their locations in the Mire across the street, Warren or Roseville. Great Clips, the official hair cutter of your Motor City Rockers. Neutral zone draw clean to Brad Ryder. Horseshoes around the boards. Josh Colton stops it in its tracks. Flips it deep. Here comes Cody Oakes racing out Lavalier. Late decision to play it, and it was just in time. Got it to Frank Schumacher. They've tried that a few times, racing down the near side, and just about 5% less on that pass. And Cody Oakes might have a grade A opportunity. Under 8 minutes to go in the third period, 3-2. Monroe on top. Smith working on the rush. Gets around a couple of Moccasins to Rivers. Backhand, couldn't get anything on net. Rivers, centering feed, knocked away. Picks it back up between the circles. Rivers had it poked away again. Whenever the Rockers have a look at the net, you see everyone in a white sweater just converge in front of the crease. They are packing it in. 7:25 to go. Rockers putting pressure on Lavalier and the Moccasins. Pass nearly taken away by Rivers. He read Lavalier like a book. Campbell settles it down, backhands the neutral ice. Tellstrom to the center to Rivers. Leads for Tellstrom. Offsides, Rivers couldn't walk the tightrope. He was about a quarter of an inch offside, but there was some white between his skate and the blue line. Offsides all season long, you know, brought to you by Great Clips. They are the official hair cutter of your Motor City Rockers. You know where they are. They're in Roseville, they're in Warren, and they're in the Mire across the street from Big Boy Arena. Hadn't had any all game, and then 3 in about the span of a couple minutes. Maybe mental fatigue weighing in just a bit. Bacon to Conway. He had it on his stick but didn't realize it. Deep in the Rockers' end, McGill Diaz banks it off, then boards to Milam. Centering feed, Gullo spins off a hit but didn't keep the puck with him. Right side, many guns. Bottom of the right wing circle. Out in front, Babin save, chipped out. Can't get it out of the zone, Bacon. Far side, hops over the stick of Asp. Poked ahead, Tellstrom. Couldn't get it, and a late push, and they're letting them play. Tonight, folks, on both sides, you might have to commit a felony to get a minor penalty. Tellstrom at center ice. On net, knocked away by Lavalier. Gullo trying to rub Koivuniemi off the puck. To the near side, Heinzner. Oh, hesitation at the blue line. Poke to the far side. And offsides once again. And folks, again, you know, haircuts, Great Clips, Warren, Roseville, Mire across the street. They keep your hair on sides. be much cleaner than this third period. .607 to go in the third. Time running out for Motor City. Kira Georges off the draw, pokes it to the blue line, but takes a tumble to the ice. Anderson for Monroe. Splits a pair of Rockers, but Blaisdell able to recover the puck. The D-man at center ice over to Kuhn. The veteran from the right wing circle, shot into the glove of Lavalier. Offensive zone draw and a little extra pushing and shoving. And if you let them play, you can't be surprised when the kids get a little rowdy. Offensive zone draw for Motor City. Keep Kuhn, buys, alongside Kara Georges, Colton, and Blaisdell. The 5 out for Motor City, still desperately trying to find the equalizer. Buys to the near side, off the draw to the point. Blaisdell on the tape. Shot, deflected, rebound shot! No! Saved up into the netting. Nobody knew where it was, myself included. Lavalier got a piece of it, and it went out of play. Oh, that's the look you're trying to find. Let's take another look. You see, I think it hits the right shoulder of William Lavalier. On the near dot. Clean win for Monroe. Banks off the near side to neutral ice. Blaisdell chases after it. Babin asking for an icing, and he will get what he asks for. .537 to go in the third. 3-2. Monroe still leads. Off the draw, Oakes pokes to the corner, and it's sent ahead. Colton settles it down. Banks off the Monroe bench, takes a hop in the air. Smith, all he could do is send it in the zone. Into the far corner, Colton thought about coming up, decided better of it. Oakes can't knock it down. Poked ahead by Blaisdell. Monroe still staying aggressive. Up a goal here in the third period. Motor City has controlled the pace of play. Out shooting their opponent for the first time in, well, over a month. 5 minutes to go in the third. Rockers trying to find the equalizer. They've had the time of possession. Shot saved as Babin closes the 5-hole. Oakes racing down the ice. Oh, they call an icing, and Oakes is beside himself. And Oakes can't believe it. Jamison Milam, a much calmer penalty, or much calmer conversation. Oh, that will get everyone a little antsy. 4:48 to go in the third period, 3-2. Monroe on top. Time for the media timeout. And the Boo Birds coming out in full force. Both sides, especially in purple, going to try to settle down. Rockers put down a goal. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey. Folks, I'll let you be the arbiter. Here's the race for icing. It's where it is at the hash mark. I'll let you decide. Let the replay speak for itself. .448 to go in the third period. 3-2. Monroe leads Motor City. And getting the boot, Oscarson, Many Guns will replace him. Motor City controls it off the draw. In Monroe's own end. Far side, Oscarson in front of his own net. Slides ahead to Bacon. To the near side. Bacon has it. It was along the near boards, lost sight of the puck. From my vantage point, and you guys have a pretty similar view as I do, hard to see where the puck is when it's along the near side. Gullo into the offensive zone. At the hash marks. He gets taken down to the ice, chipped in, and it's picked up by Koivuniemi. Gullo collects his stick, getting back up as Koivuniemi shepherds the puck in. Shot easily sticked aside by Babin. Far side, Tellstrom. Back to Rotundi behind the net. Campbell to the far side. Tellstrom has it once again behind the net. Will Campbell. On the near side, 3:45 to go. Rockers still looking for that equalizing goal. No one has scored here in the third period. Rockers delayed offsides. They have to touch up. Tellstrom, horseshoes around the boards. Gullo, first one there. He tries to keep it in deep, hits a moccasin, and it shoots down the ice. 3:26 to go in the third, icing the call. And maybe not quite yet, but we're going to have to keep an eye on Trevor Babin. The Rockers can find a way to draw a penalty. Might be easier to get a criminal conviction at this rate. But if they can find a way to go up a man, go up 6-on-4, why not another magical late game goal? They seem to have it in their DNA. McGill Diaz to Milam. Back to McGill Diaz. Around one, Moccasin into the offensive zone. McGill Diaz, shot saved by Lavalier. 3:10 to go in the third. Cunningham, Coash come on for Monroe along with Schumacher and Rex Mo. Brad Ryder joins them. It's Smith, Wells, Milam, McGill Diaz, and Oakes. Smith. They're going to push Wells and Cunningham back. Off the draw in the dot, down low. McGill Diaz keeps it in. A couple of Moccasins comes up, chips it in. Wells pins to the boards. Coash to the near side with the boards. To neutral ice, under 3 minutes to go. No goals scored here in the third period. Right now, Kyle Heinzner, the game winner. Smith had it poked away. Pocket picked at the blue line. Back to Milam. Coach will chip it in. Tristan Wells will chase after it. Behind the net, Wells to the near side. All the way down the ice. Hits the scoreboard. And it'll be a draw, I believe, at center ice. Or they're going to bring it back into the zone. They bring it back into the zone. 2:31 to go in the third. We have to keep an eye on Trevor Babin. Gullo, Rivers, Tellstrom, the top line for Motor City. Milam and McGill Diaz. The D-man. Off the draw, Tellstrom slides to the near side boards. Milam keeps it in. Many Guns was trying to sneak out. Maybe cherry pick a bit. Rivers out in front, chips loose out in front, and Lavalier gets back on top of it once again. Lavalier, he hasn't been crisp the entire night, but you know what? He's done enough. He's gotten in the way of the pucks. That's the goalie's job. Gullo on the near side. Off the draw, Tellstrom had it poked away. Monroe staying very aggressive. Interesting. Gullo can't find the stick of Rivers. To the far side, Koch picks it up, takes it behind his own net, banks it off the end boards to Rasmus Asp. Lead, feed, goes to Heinzner, spins around, half wall, under 2 minutes left to go in this one, 3-2, Monroe leads. Score's been the same this whole third period. Puck pinned to the boards, well away from Lavalier. Monroe is fine keeping it in the Rockers' end. They don't need to generate any offense. 95 seconds left to go. Rockers need possession. Oh, a near poke check and a breakaway. Offside's called. 90 seconds to go. Offsides all season brought to you by Great Clips. As we'll get a draw at center ice. And Trevor Babin still in the net. Motor City needs some offensive possession to try to get their goalie out and get a 6-on-5. They have been terrific with the empty net this season. They have a little more magic in them. Clean win for Smith. Babin still stoic between the pipes. To the far side, Monroe trying to get it out. Miguel Diaz keeps it in, banks it ahead. Wells leaves it. Smith trying to get to the corner. Babin inching out of the net. Babin heading to the bench. 1:10, a 6-on-5 in the corner. Puck skips out. Miguel Diaz can't keep it in. Up ahead, look out, Oscarson, and he misses wide. He was in front of the red line, no icing. 55 seconds for a final rush. Miguel Diaz turned it over, saved by Jamison Milam. Coach gives it to Smith. Turned over again, Rexmo back in his own end. Picked out of the air by Avery Smith, no look feed to Oakes. Rockers have to get it in the Monroe end first. Shot deflected, and Lavalier will cover it up. 31 seconds left, and I think we'll get a timeout. And I know Jamison Milam, time to use the timeout. And right on cue. 31 seconds left to go in the third period, 3-2. Motor City using their timeout to try to find the equalizer. We'll have the final half minute when we return. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is their free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. We're currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness has got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
Georges here. One thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always painting my nice bronze color.
Hey, this is Josh Cullen from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric Supply.
31.2 seconds left. Rockers have an empty net. Trying to tie it up. Gullo, Wells, Rivers, Smith, Milam, and Miguel Diaz, the 6, trying to tie it up. Off the draw, Smith can't control it. Mo along the far boards, Miguel Diaz can't get there. It's going to go wide of the net. Oh, it nearly deflected in. 10 seconds gone, down to 21 seconds to go in the third. Monroe's just going to try to muddy up this last 20 seconds. Timeout Monroe. So they will take a timeout. 21.6 seconds left to go. Rockers have dropped the first 2 of this season series, trying to avoid a third. We'll take one final break here watching Motor City Rockers hockey. 21.6 to go. Rockers looking for another late goal. Right side, out in front. No, Avery Smith just missed it. He had a wide open net. 15 seconds to go, and that might have been the opportunity. Puck along the near boards. Monroe letting this time run down. 8 seconds. They had the look. Pinned to the boards. 4, 3. Puck will snap out, but it's too little, too late. And Monroe holds on for a 3-2 victory. They had a look. If Avery Smith just gets a piece of it, maybe. But the Rockers come up a little short with the Magic tonight. They fall 3-2 in regulation. No one scored in the third period. Scoring got started just 18 seconds into the game when Tristan Wells tipped one in from Jamison Milam, but Monroe would score the next 3. 5:52 mark of the first period. Kelly Koivunemi from Helmer Oscarson and Kyle Heinzner would even it up. And then almost exactly a period later, Declan Conway on a turnover backhanded it past Trevor Babin. And then Kyle Heinzner, his second point of the game, came on the eventual game-winning goal from Blake Anderson and Hugo Koch. Just about, call it 36 seconds later. And that would ultimately be the undoing of the Motor City Rockers. Tristan Wells got a second goal on the power play. Jamison Milam on the assist. But despite outshooting Monroe in the third period by a final tally of 9-6, Motor City drops their second straight and comes up a hair short. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll wrap everything up. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey. Final here at Big Boy Arena, Monroe 3, Motor City 2. Rockers outshoot Monroe 32-31, but the Rockers come up a hair short despite 2 goals from Tristan Wells. We'll rematch this game tomorrow night. The final of the season series, Rockers looking for a split. It is a 7:05 puck drop right here at Big Boy Arena. Join us for Autism Awareness Night. It's Girl Scout Night as well. We'd love to have you here at Big Boy Arena as the Rockers look to put a full 60 minutes together and get a big win against the Monroe team that'll be looking for the season sweep. A few thank yous before we send it home. Thank you to our crew at Park Avenue Productions. We have Christian, our director, Tariq on camera, Tate on graphics. Thank you to everyone at home that decided to make us a part of your Friday night. We truly appreciate it. I've been Brady Beaton for Motor City Rockers Hockey. Again, your final score, Monroe 3, Motor City 2. We'll do it again tomorrow, 7:05 puck drop. Join us right here on the Rockers Media Network. Thank you so much for watching, and have a safe and wonderful night.